Welcome to IHE in the Kiss Room. I'm Rick.
I'm Laura.
So, I guess the first thing is, prior to the show, which would have been yesterday,
Yes.
there's a possibility I may have lied to you.
How's this different than any other day?
Well, I mean, I guess it's not, but I told you to be here by 6 o'clock. We really didn't want you here until 6:30.
Oh, well played. Well played. I was early then.
Actually, we're here at 6:15.
Yeah, I would have been.
Actually, I
you
think
know
you were
what?
here
You
at
did this on
6:10.
purpose because you just
here
wanted
at
me to get riled up.
6:05 to be exact.
I would have
May
been here
6:05,
on
6:10-ish.
time for 6 o'clock if it wasn't for the much truck parade. I can't even talk.
I think it's fire. I think they're doing like a fireman.
And again, I still
contest or
say
something
that
like
that's
that.
my fault because I didn't warn you ahead of time.
It's not your fault.
It is because I thought in my head that you might come that way, but then I second guessed myself and.
That is the
Everything
way
is-
I come.
Everything is GS's fault.
No, it's not.
And
whatever.
before we continue, we have
Hey, G.
my lovely wife GS in the background.
Oh, that's right. We always forget to introduce
And
these.
Laura's husband, Kevin, or tech
KS.
guy.
We could call him KS. I like that.
KS.
Keep it
KS and
GS and
GS.
KS.
There you go. That's all right. That works.
Like a kiss.
No.
No.
Don't.
I do know people with the last name Kiss.
There you go.
Yes,
Really?
we do. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
A bunch of them, actually.
Yes.
I know no one with the last name Kiss.
So, what else have you lied to me about this week?
That's it. That's the only thing I
I
want to
call
about.
bullshit.
So something else I wanted to talk about. The world lost the icon in the music business yesterday. Anybody know? GS knows. She's the
Yes,
one
I
that told
do.
me.
What
Apparently the tech guy knows.
Can I say?
What?
No.
Am I the only one who doesn't know?
Apparently you're the only one
All right,
that
so
doesn't
I live
know.
in a bubble. I do
Tragic.
understand
So-
this,
First, let me tell you that the icon that the world lost,
but...
I didn't know this, but I did some research, and apparently in his career, he has released over 70 albums.
Wow.
Almost all of them in the same record label, which I believe was Columbia, I think.
Who is it?
Tony-
My God. Also, why don't I know this?
His name is Tony Bennett. He died yesterday. He was 96 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was an old fucker.
No shit. Kevin.
That's what he was.
I
He
mean,
was an old
he sang at the time Frank Sinatra's.
He was in his elder age. He was very popular.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, how did I not know that?
Yeah.
That's sad.
So here's to Tony Bennett.
Here's the Tony Bennett.
Salute.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
if we
he-
want to be sad again, Chris Cornell's birthday.
Today?
No, it was like 2 days ago.
Oh.
I think.
All right.
It's sad too. Very upset I never got to see him perform.
I almost did.
Almost doesn't count except for hand grenades and horseshoes. Which, pop quiz, we talked about a musician in a previous episode who had a biography called Hand Grenades and Horseshoes. Who is that musician?
Oh.
He had a what? A biography?
Yeah, I think you were trying to get somebody to get it for you.
I think it's on his wish list.
Oh, I believe so.
Is it John Crosby?
Yeah, I was going to say he's got a son that's on heroin that the band refuses to help him with.
Really?
Yeah, he does.
No,
well,
I-
I don't know if he's still on heroin, but
I'm gonna go with there's a lot of musicians who have kids.
Well,
that
he
are on
reached
drugs.
out. He reached
I
out
mean,
to the
same
other
thing-
members, to Motley Crue, because especially Nikki Sixx, because he had experience with it, and they all just never.
Yeah, they're still
called him
going
back.
through it. I don't think they're 100% clean.
I don't think they're 100% sane.
I would say
I
after
mean,
that amount
Nikki
of drugs, how could
Sixx
you?
he is
Is he sane?
21 years clean.
Oh yeah,
He
he
is
did. He also
he's very-
That was just in the news that he celebrated like 20 some years sober. So speaking of Motley Crue, in the last show, you had some homework. Did you listen to their first album?
Some of it, yes.
Some.
There's a lot of double
What the
bass
hell?
pedal going on in that album. Like a
I
lot.
don't know what that means, but okay.
Really?
Double bass pedal.
Except for the drummer, Tom.
Yes.
Yeah, he uses
Oh
a
my
double
God.
bass.
That's. I mean, that's
He-
pretty consistent throughout the album.
And what's interesting is he doesn't do that in the later albums.
Oh, really?
Oh, no.
Why? Why did that tactic change?
Bob Rock.
I don't know what that means.
He went to a single bass.
Well, no, yeah, he did. I mean, he may have had a
I
double
literally
bass
know
pedal.
nothing about drums.
No, all right, it's okay. I only know because I have to deal with the when he's practicing.
I have a double bass pedal up underneath my desk.
So when he's at work and he's just down to the whole house freaking shit. But I've been trained to identify it in music now because of living with a drummer.
Yeah, and if you're not musically inclined, like instrumentally, you wouldn't know that, I guess.
Definitely not.
No.
I tried to teach myself how to play the guitar for about 5 seconds, and I got about halfway through Yankee Doodle Dandy and gave up. That's all I could do. And I think I was maybe 16 at the time.
I love the fact that the song was Yankee.
At what key is that
Because it was my friend who plays guitar gave me
The one with the nice guitar collection.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He gave me
Very
a
nice collection.
little practice amp, and I had a guitar that one of my mom's friends gave me. And then he gave me a book, and it was like, I don't know, easy teach yourself how to play or something. And the first thing they teach you how to play is Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Gotcha. So
I've heard it on a flute, but never a guitar.
I took piano lessons as a kid.
Oh.
Then I played the flute through elementary and middle
GS
school.
is a flute player.
Oh,
Yeah, flute and
Shout
piccolo.
out.
From
Nice.
elementary all the way through high school.
nice.
Yeah.
Piccolo's hard. I
can see that
almost
for some
had
reason.
piccolo,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but then I quit band.
What chair were you?
So piccolo first.
Nice.
Flute, I was fourth.
Okay.
I didn't get piccolo though.
No, I was third. I'm sorry.
Third.
I was third.
She could bust out a flute right now and play us something.
So
No.
could I.
We've got a few
No,
floating
that would
around
be-
there.
Little
So
Jethro
bad.
Tull going
Yeah,
on.
stand on one leg.
These lips are not.
Or wait, I guess the
Trained
more
as well.
relevant,
It's technically called your embouchure.
the more relevant flute player reference would be, isn't it Lizzo?
Yes, Lizzo. She's amazing.
She is. You've got to give her credit. She is up there blailing that flute like freaking a rap version of Jethro Tull, and singing and dancing. And I mean, she's a big lady.
Yeah.
She's
I think, didn't we
phenomenal.
talk about her once
Did
in the
we?
show?
Last
She's on,
episode, I believe,
yeah.
when Jesse was here.
Yeah, because we were
Oh, yeah.
talking about karaoke. carpet,
Oh, yeah.
And she's on there.
Yep.
That's
And
right.
yeah.
So
So,
that's it. Oh
I mean,
no,
let's
I
go
had-
back to the Motley Crue thing. What happened to listening to the
I
whole
just
album?
that's all I did.
Well,
I
I didn't finish my thought on the drumming, actually, because you had asked
Sorry.
me
I
about
didn't,
the
though.
double bass and why it was not as prominent on the later albums. And
I
it
did
wasn't
ask
just
that.
Bob Rock, it's just the style that Motley Crue got into. It was more of down the path of Def Leppard,
is that why people say the best album was the first album
because the drums were the best on that album.
yeah.
And now Shout at the Devil technically is their best album, but the first album has some of the best
This has
drums
gone too
of
far.
Motley Crue's career.
I definitely didn't put that much effort into the.
Well,
Motley
I'm
Crue
just
stuff.
telling the people out there so they know.
How
I
far did
appreciate
you get
that.
through the
You don't want
Too Fast for Love? Like, what, 1, 2 songs?
one of those options, yes.
You said you were going to listen to the whole thing, and that's clearly not what happened.
I ran out of time. I was a little busy this
Time.
week.
Actually, there's a song
Oh,
at
shit.
the end of that album that's kind of ballady that you probably might like.
On with the show.
On with the show. Going on with the show.
On with the show.
On with the show. Oh, no, no, no.
Oh no is right.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Just kidding.
No, I know that whole, I know that whole
Okay,
album.
this is gone way too far. So no, I got a little bit through.
All right.
I will finish it. I do. I commit it. I will do it. My question to you is: did you do your homework?
No, because I forgot what it was.
I forgot. To.
I asked you.
I forgot.
I don't
a
think
few
there
days
was any
ago, and
homework.
Well,
I
there
honestly
was
don't.
originally for him to listen to Violent Femmes. Then he pretended he knew the band after knowing one song, and that was it. He didn't dive further than that, which is okay.
Well, I mean, if you know one song, what's wrong with that?
Well, if Laura only listened to one song, what's wrong with that?
Now we're equal. Ah, thank you, GS. Shout out, flute players, unite.
Oh, God.
The wind section.
Exactly.
All right.
Isn't it technically
So-
the wood section?
It's woodwind.
Woodwind, okay.
We need to. I need to see
You wanna
the last
fight?
episode to be able to figure out what my
Don't you have the
homework was.
drive?
No.
No.
Well, I do, but not that episode.
Not that episode. We have...
Not that episode.
We have
There's
done...
two floating around, isn't there?
Just one. Well, there is two that one needs to be completed. The other one's pretty much done.
Since we're talking about episodes, we've had some feedback actually that I'd like to share.
Well, here we go.
Uh-oh.
I figured I'd say that for you.
He read my mind. Here we go. Go ahead. You can tell me. What feedback did we get?
Well,
Did I mumble too much?
no. I think I had actually told you some. Fuck, I don't remember.
Then why bring it
Well,
up?
there
if
was.
you don't
Well,
know
no,
what the
I
hell you're
had a
gonna
list
say?
and now I blanked out. So there was a lot of things that I misspoke on.
Misspoke on?
Yeah,
Okay, but-
it was mostly when we talked about the female bands. I don't know why I thought Cranberries was an entire female band. They're not.
Yeah.
Only the lead singer is female.
Well,
the rest is all male.
But if
Actually, I
we-
don't believe you said that. You
No?
you were talking about a band that I cut out anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Nice. So illegitimate feedback there.
Well, I noticed that it wasn't an all-female band, so I just cut it.
Illegitimate feedback. So
Illegitimate.
if we
whatever. Same thing.
if we misspeak
You can
on
cut
an
that out.
episode, that's okay. That's not.
Hey, I don't
I
have.
mean, that's not good feedback.
What was some of the other feedback?
We don't know everything.
I don't know.
I mean, I
I didn't get any.
kind of do. No, I'm just kidding. I really don't. Depends on the topic.
Yeah, I call that garbage feedback. And you can keep that in too, because I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
I really don't know anything. I'm just
All
being
right.
obnoxious.
So, is there other feedback?
We have really good transitions. I was told that too.
Do we?
I thought we. I mean,
I
I'm
mean,
going to
that's-
give credit to GS for the timekeeper and our transition editor.
I mean,
Chaos.
some of the transitioning is pretty good. I mean, sometimes we tend to bounce around, but
And we were told to potentially talk in our greeting and our intro about what we're going to talk about.
fuck no. How can you do that when you don't know what you're going to talk about?
Well, that's the additional secretive feedback.
Horseshit.
The underlying.
I call horseshit on that, because if you don't know what you're going to talk about, how can you mention it in the opening?
So I think
And why
the
would you? That take. So this is what that reminds me of.
Oh, here we go.
And I hate this when you're watching the news, which I don't really watch that much, but when
I
you're
don't
watching
either.
the news
Oh, I do. All
and
the
they
time.
give you like a clip, or they give you like coming up, I hate that.
Why?
Why not just talk about it now? Like, why do I have
Maybe
to
they
wait?
have to cut the
Because
commercial.
It is exactly that's what it is. It's for sponsors.
It's
It's
a hook.
ridiculous.
It's a hook.
Yep.
Keep you interested.
No.
It's the same
refuse.
reason why your favorite favorite show has a hooker at the end. Not a hooker, a hook.
You're watching shows with hookers in it? Wow. That's,
Well, I mean, actually, lately we would try to make extra
Only
cash,
TJ.
and I've been dropping him off down on 2 Street.
what kind of channels are you watching at your house with? You got hookers at the end?
Only TJ.
2J hooker.
So
He's the only hooker for me.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
So whoever gave you that feedback, that's good feedback.
It
However,
was.
I refuse. I will not talk about
There
what
was
we're
some
going to talk
others
about
that
at
I
the
just
beginning of the show.
don't recall. I'll have to write it down.
There you go.
But I
Sure,
love
we'll
the
figure it
feedback.
out.
I like that we get it. I wish that we would get it in nicely in the comment section instead of sent to me
It
directly.
would be nice. I mean, there's no reason why they shouldn't.
So.
I think once you guys get more popular, you're gonna start getting hate comments.
Oh,
Those are
absolutely.
fun.
Hate comments.
That's when I
That's
stopped
what
Watch
people
them.
like to do.
Yep.
They
I look-
live for
I
that.
look forward to hate comments.
Yep. Me too.
They're fun to read.
Are they?
It's all right if people hate on us, because
I hate everyone.
I hate everyone. So I think the next thing we should talk about is some concerts that you've recently gone to.
Oh, yeah.
I had a busy week. I learned a couple of things.
I think the
about
last
myself.
one we talked about a concert that GS and I were at, where I met John Crosby.
Mm-hmm.
So
You wanted to bring that up
let's
again?
hear it.
I didn't meet anybody.
You didn't meet anybody?
I didn't meet anybody.
It's all right.
I've learned a couple of things about myself this week, though. I'm too old to do a festival. Like, not that I did a festival, but I did 3 concerts in 1 week, spaced out. I can't imagine trying to do a 3-day festival. I would die.
So, like every other day, you went to a.
I had a concert on Sunday, I had a concert on Wednesday, and I had a concert on Friday.
So every 2 days.
Every 2 days. Every other day.
And you're. It's not every other day.
Oh.
It's every 2 days.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
So you're
Oh,
complaining
Tuesday.
about that?
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I'm a little old. I can't.
Please. You're a
I mean, I can
child.
hang. But do you hear me? I sound like I smoked a pack of cigarettes, and I didn't.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure my body is completely dehydrated, even though I'm pumping it with water.
I didn't hear anything. You sound the same as you always do.
Do I really sound like this all the time?
No, I think it's just in your head.
I think it's
it
in
could
your
be.
head.
Yeah,
I
you
don't know. I feel
being-
raspy.
Yeah, no, you don't
It's
sound
not being
raspy today.
projected through the microphone. So tell us.
So
About
Sunday,
this
old buddy of mine, a friend from high school that I haven't seen in a very long time, reached out and said, "Let's go see Dirty Heads." So I got us tickets, and it was a lot of fun. The opening band was Tropidelics, a band from California, like California stoner rock, and then don't remember the next band. It was an interesting duo though. The gentleman had a stand-up bass guitar. Who looked like, I'm sure we'll get torn apart, but he looked like he
Here we go.
was plucked right from Alabama, and he was like 60-some years old, like this old
Oh,
hippie.
yeah? There you go. That's
And
all right.
he, the gentleman that he was performing with was a singer. He had a harmonica and a blues vibe to him, but they were rappers. It was very
Oh,
interesting.
really?
It was
They were
interesting.
rapping?
Yeah, I laughed a
Wow.
lot, but it was a good time, and they were
Okay.
actually pretty good.
Okay.
Then there's another guy that came on, and again, I don't remember the name. We'll put it in the comments after the show. But it was another rapper, and then he had a DJ. I think he was pretty popular. I'm gonna go with in the '90s, but I'm not. That wasn't my genre type stuff.
He was a DJ in
There was a
night?
DJ and a rapper.
Yeah.
It was just a duo, which I mean, that's got to take
Oh.
guts because that place was packed.
Did you know what their names are?
Not those two, no.
I see.
But then their Dirty Heads were phenomenal.
Nice.
Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, so that was a great concert. No, I had
And
mentioned
that one was Sunday?
that was Sunday. No, I had
Okay.
mentioned that you could listen to some of that music to talk about. Have you done that?
Was that what my homework was last time?
Well, I mean, possibly. I threw that at you on Friday.
Oh. No, I didn't. I completely forgot.
And then Wednesday, I took the kid to see Matchbox 20,
Nice.
and that was pretty good. Very, very good, actually. And then on Friday, it was Dashboard Confessionals, which is like pop punk hopeless romantic type stuff that if you're a 14-year-old girl going through a breakup, you would absolutely love.
Is that right?
And then they opened for the Counting Crows, and Counting Crows always put on put on a
nice.
great show. It's the
Good.
second time I saw them.
For a second there, though, you're talking about the Black Crows.
Oh,
Counting Crows.
we were supposed to take Joey to see the Black Crows
That was before the pandemic.
right before the pandemic, and then everything shut down, and somebody never got our money refunded.
No.
Yeah, we lost
I
out
love
on that money for seeing. It was Black Crows and who? Somebody else.
Oh, I don't remember who the other person was.
I love the Black Crows.
Have you
I
seen
have
them?
All their albums. Never.
Oh.
I saw them on their the one after Shake Your Moneymaker. What
the one
was
with
it
the
called?
crows on the.
No, that's
Americana?
No, that was the third one, which wasn't a great one actually.
Then I don't know.
Southern Harmony Music.
Oh, that could be it. Has Blackberry on it?
Yeah, and that's
See?
when
Okay.
they had a huge pot leaf come down behind them, and the whole place went crazy.
Nice.
Is that the
This
concert
was-
your mom took you to?
She did drop us off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was me and a couple friends I was in a band with. It was one of my first bands, so it would have been. I would have been a freshman in high school, so this was 1992
Were you
or
left
3.
there?
There you go.
Yeah.
Did you meet? No. I'm saying like left, no car, similar story.
Oh no, we had a ride back.
Story when you got
This
left. I
this
just
was
wanted to bring that up.
actually at a place called the Stabler Arena in Bethlehem by
Oh,
Lehigh
yeah.
University.
Yeah.
They don't do bands there anymore, and I'm not sure which band fucked that up. But
All right.
some band did.
Let's
I
not go
don't know.
there.
I mean, do you think that a band really did mess that up?
That's what I hear, but I'm not sure.
Oh, I didn't know
Because
that.
they don't do concerts at Stabler anymore.
No, they don't.
I saw Bob Dylan in there once too.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of good shows there.
I saw a whole bunch.
Not me.
Poison in 1990 with Slaughter.
I was 5.
God. We saw Bon Jovi there for a New Year's Eve show, 1992
Two.
into 93.
I saw. Oh my God! I saw so many bands there, but most
Actually,
historically, Whitney Houston when she was
There you go.
filming her video for one of her songs, and I can't remember which one right now. But yeah,
She's a hell of a
My
voice.
very first concert, Alabama, and Charlie Daniels Band was at Stable Arena.
I think my first concert was John Denver.
my first concert was with my parents, Kenny Rogers,
Mine was
and
with my parents.
Sawyer Brown
Rogers. He had
at the
beautiful hair.
fairgrounds.
Yeah.
Ooh, fairgrounds. CC
So-
DeVille.
Since we're talking about concerts, you dropped a hit. You're going to a concert in August?
Are we?
You? Are you?
Maybe.
Are you drunk already?
No.
Okay, just asking. So are you gonna just leave us hanging, or are you gonna tell us?
I mean, I was going to tell you, yeah. They're playing on the TV behind us right now.
Kiss?
No, it's not Kiss.
Cover band.
It's apparently one of the best tribute bands called Mr. Speed. And they're coming to,
Steel Stacks.
unfortunately, Music Fest, which I despise.
No,
Going
it's
to
not Music Fest.
It's during Music Fest.
It is not.
It is. It's at the Arts Plot something at Music Fest.
She's about to prove you wrong.
I mean, it's
He's right,
possible,
actually. I think
but-
it's the
Oh, I
last day
know
of
I'm
Music
right.
Fest.
Oh, I know I'm right.
So
It's unfortunately at Music Fest, but
what is the difference between a cover band and a tribute band?
well, a tribute band tries to be like the original band. A cover band is just a band that just plays cover songs.
Yeah, they cover a variety of cover songs.
Usually cover bands play all kinds of stuff.
I know.
A tribute
I've been in
band
many.
will usually stick with one band. So
Gotcha.
like,
Yeah, they sometimes
there's-
dress like them, act like them.
So
there's
you're
tons
wrong,
of
honey.
Kiss tribute bands.
Go ahead, GS.
Music Fest is August 3rd to the 13th. The concert is the 18th. So,
Oh wow! So that's coming up soon.
you're wrong.
Weird.
You're wrong.
I think that's incorrect, but we'll go
The
with
concert is on the 18th.
it. All right, we'll go with that.
Well, that sounds like a good time.
I mean,
And
it's
it's
not.
at
I
Arts
thought it was
Quest.
during Music Fest, so now that it's not. I'm actually happy about that.
And this is in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, correct?
Yes.
That's
And he's happy so that he doesn't have to go and buy food at Music Fest now.
Isn't that what-
Oshuck's
That has nothing to do with me
corn, man.
buying food. I just don't want to be at
Oshuck's
Music Fest.
corn is so good.
I like go there.
No.
I like to go there every year at least once.
Listen,
despise
you come
it.
to our house and we'll make grilled corn from the corn shed.
Yeah.
It's even better than Aw Shucks.
I don't know, man.
And then we put all shucks on it.
We do.
Nice. And that's one of your favorite vendors.
It is. It's the
Like
whole reason I go to Music Fest. That and
I
the
just
jewelry
had
stands.
when you guys showed up today. I had corn. I was eating
know.
corn on the cob.
I saw it.
There was all shucks seasoning on that.
Well, corn for
You
one.
don't own a thing of all shucks?
I do.
I
I
don't
use
know.
it in the
I'm
pasta.
not a
and
big
I-
fan.
I put it with pasta.
I don't need anything on my corn on the cob. Just give me the cob with the
Oh
corn.
my
Shame.
God, please stop.
Shame.
What?
You got to put something on the corn, some butter, or salt.
No, well, butter, yeah, but
You know,
And
he
then
says
some-
that, but he does. He puts butter.
I said I like butter.
Sometimes salt.
All right.
Well, there should be salt in the butter.
Sometimes
Look
not
at
if it's unsalted
butter.
I never buy unsalted butter.
I do
Exactly.
because I bake sometimes.
Even for
and
baking, I
it
don't
goes
buy
There you go.
unsalted butter.
Exactly.
Uh-oh.
Why are we talking?
I feel like that's pretty passionate.
It's pretty aggressive about the butter. I mean, I guess I
Because
never
some
really
people are very
noticed what's
specific
what,
about using unsalted butter for certain
Well, I
recipes.
thought that if they say that, then you have to
no,
use unsalted.
absolutely not.
Nope.
You do what you want to do. You do you.
All right. Apparently, there's quite the debate of salted and
United.
unsalted butter.
Oh my god.
I never really took notice, but I mean, I guess we don't get unsalted.
Mm.
We do not.
We're pretty salty.
What happens
I
if you
mean-
have high blood pressure? Then you have to get unsalted.
Okay, well, I don't have high blood
Yeah,
pressure. So
I would know.
Not yet.
I get it in bulk at I get salted butter in bulk at Costco.
Bulk.
It's cheaper that way.
Oh, God. All right, we're going to move past the salted and unsalted butter thing because I'm not even sure how we got down this
Don't
road.
discriminate against the salt.
No idea.
So,
It started with Aw Shucks.
Yeah.
Oh, I do love all shucks.
I saw one Kiss tribute band many, many years ago, but I don't know which one it was, but it was not this one.
Were they
Apparently
good?
this one is one of the better ones. Some of them are just not that good.
I don't know how
They're
you feel
kinda
about
good.
tribute bands.
I typically I've gone to see a couple of different tribute shows. One of them was there's a guy and he always comes to either Penn's Peak or Wind Creek, and he's an Ozzy impersonator. And the he's pretty good. The best part about it was he had like this, and it might be his son. There's a teenage guitar player that travels with him,
Does he look like
and the
that?
kid is amazing. No, he doesn't.
Bummer.
But I don't know. And then we saw, I think, weren't you there, GS, when we saw the Van Halen tribute band at Penn's Peak? Were you there for
Was
that
it
one?
that? I remember seeing
It was a couple. There were like 3 different tribute bands. One of them was a Van Halen tribute band, and the guy, they did mostly David Lee Roth stuff. But was weird is that, and they were okay, but what was really weird is that the lead singer had a tramp stamp across his back, and he was wearing like a half shirt.
You judging the tramp stand?
On a guy? Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's goofy
I have
as
one.
hell.
I say to each
I
their
wear it
own.
proudly.
You're not
Each their
gonna.
own.
So now that I said that, you're not. Kevin doesn't have one, does he?
Oh, Kevin has absolutely no tattoos.
You should
None.
see the
He won't even
tattoos I
get
have.
any.
As long as you don't have a tramp stamp.
No,
that's
no,
all right.
no. Mostly they're around my balls, just to protect.
As long as you don't have a tramp
I need
stamp.
spiritual
I don't care.
protecting, and it does the trick.
As long as you don't have a tramp stamp, that's all that matters. So
No, I'm not even sure what that is.
it's a tattoo across the lower part of your back
Does it say insert here?
with an arrow.
Mine doesn't, but
Mine says exit only.
With force.
All right.
So,
My Atlanta.
I think that's all the tribute bands we've seen. We haven't
just
seen
2?
too many.
Just
yeah,
2?
I don't think I've seen that many because
I don't remember.
typically, like the tribute band thing. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay if the band's really good, but if you go there and they suck, it's like this was a waste of time and money.
I feel like we saw like maybe 1 or 2 tribute bands at like the Fullerton,
I don't think so.
but
I saw a couple last
I
year.
disagree with that assessment.
I saw 2 last year.
I just
actually.
mean haphazard. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. They were back to back at Music Fest. I saw a Doors tribute band, and then I saw a Janis Joplin tribute band.
Oh yeah, you took the
I
kids.
I took the kids to
Yeah.
that. Yep.
So now, if
That
the
would be
Janis
okay.
Joplin thing, if they were good,
She was good.
Yeah, see, I'd go to see that.
Do you like Janis Joplin? I never pegged you to like
Yeah,
it.
he's mentioned he did before.
Yeah.
I do.
Was
we
I
were
just
talking
as
about.
shocked?
Well, we were talking about the Train Festival or the Festival Express.
I have a bunch of her albums on vinyl.
I don't
Tell
recall
Mama.
this conversation at all. Was I drunk?
Probably.
Yeah.
Understood. So
And also,
Back
there's
to-
Start Making Sense. That's another tribute band I saw.
I need a drink. Can we take a break?
Back to
Fucking hate everybody.
and
We're back.
we're back.
Chair's very squeaky.
What's the matter with the chair?
It's squeaky.
Stop moving around.
I can't.
Sit still.
I don't
You
know
won't
how.
have that kind of problem.
Those chairs are squeaky.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
What's with the flashing green light back there?
What you talking about,
on your
Will?
arm there, lady.
It's the timer.
Is that
That's
the
my.
timer?
it
I'm
green?
checking my heart rate. Thank you
Oh.
very much.
Oh, I just see this flashing light.
Don't you remember self-care episode? We got to
Yeah.
take care of ourselves.
That way she can tell when she gets pissed off.
But then it would be red,
Mr.
not green. Green means go. Right, honey?
Yeah.
Right. Let's go.
Red
Right,
means,
honey.
And red means stop. So,
Buttons, rips, and tears. That's what you sew.
as far as topics to talk about, I've blown my load. I'm done. I got nothing else
my
to talk about.
God.
I don't know what else to say. So you got to from this point on, we're winging it.
Great.
So unless you got something to talk about.
Cut the episode here. No, I'm just kidding.
We can
Well,
do
let's
that.
go
Stop it.
back to a band that I saw this week that you might know. Counting Crows. Right? So they're not your style music, but they've been around long enough where you probably know them. You've heard them on the
Oh yeah,
radio.
they have. I mean,
You were a DJ, right?
Throw out
and
some
it
of
came
them.
out in 93. Can we fact check that?
you
Was
throw
the
out some
first
of their
album?
songs. I'll tell you if I know.
Around here.
Everybody knows that one.
I actually think I do know that song.
Yeah, or Mr. Jones.
Oh yeah.
Or, I
know
mean,
the
if you go to the
Counting
2000s,
Crows.
that's where you got the Paved Paradise. Not a park.
Are we singing on the show?
No, I
'Cause
shouldn't.
Belt it out, man.
Definitely not.
I mean, I can't. So you
Nobody
can.
asked you, Tech Man, before we even start.
Um,
No.
I do-
Between 1991, wow, they get so scared, so scared. Between 1990, and I could belt it out. Between 1991 and 1992, frontman and early years, which sounds weird. Adam, how do you pronounce his last name?
Can you
Duritz?
just tell me what year his first album came out? Was it 93?
It was probably 93 because they formed between 91 and 92.
All right, so I do know who the Counting Crows are.
Yeah, August.
They have some. good
August
songs.
and Everything came out in 93. That's the one that I really, really liked. And everybody knows.
That's the one with the orange tan cover.
Yeah, and it
Okay.
says Counting Crows in black. And that has...
We'll flash it on the screen. I don't know what you're talking about, but we can flash it up there. And I do know the band though, and I do know some of their songs. So
Another one is Holiday in Spain. That's one of my personal favorites.
I don't know if I've ever heard that one.
I'm sure you know Mr. Jones.
I do. So where did you see them?
Bethlehem, the Wind Creek
Oh.
Casino Event
Yeah.
Center.
Huh?
It's a very nice
Right.
venue.
It is.
And I'll tell you,
We've
each
been there
concert...
quite a few times.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Well, yeah, you saw Black Label there, correct?
No. I don't think Black Label's ever been there.
Where
Wait, who did you see
Which
there,
is
though?
weird.
Where
I've
did
seen
you
a whole
see
shitload
Black
of
Label
people.
at recently?
Oh, you saw the country
Too
dude
many
at
questions.
Wind Creek. I'm sorry. What?
We've
what's
seen a
like-
lot of shows at Wind Creek.
Oh, we
I've
have.
seen Alice in Chains at Wind Creek. We've seen
Okay, wait.
Megadeth.
Pause.
twice there. I've seen
Alice
Rob
in Chains
Zombie
without Lane Staley,
Oh, Rob
obviously.
there. Oh yeah, no, this is recent.
Okay.
They have a.
You got to
movie.
specify. People don't know. You are old enough to have seen
Well-
Alice in Chains with Lane Staley.
Yes, what?
I
I'm
said
not
you
old?
are old enough
Oh.
to have seen Alice in Chains with Lane Staley.
Well, we've talked about this, and
Have we? Man, I am
have.
really forgetting everything we've
So-
talked about.
Alice in Chains with Lane Staley. I almost saw them at the Allentown Fair in. I think that was
That's
'92ish.
right. I do remember this story.
And they opened up for Motorhead and Ozzy, and unfortunately, I mean, I didn't know it at the time, but who knew the guy was going to die? Because
Oh, yeah.
we were in my van, and allegedly, we were drinking.
You had a van?
Oh God.
I was a DJ, so yeah, I had a
yeah,
van.
that
You had
does
to
make
carry
sense.
equipment around.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
Did you wear cutoff shirts then, too?
Hmm.
No, I didn't.
Just curious.
That's a later thing,
It's very popular.
later in life.
We have to talk about that yet, too.
We have to talk about my cutoff shirts?
Yeah, we will.
What's wrong with
Keep
cutoff
going, though. Go back to
shirts?
Lane Staley.
All right, so we missed that portion of the show.
Oh, you asshole!
And then,
That sucks. Sorry.
but I did get to see Motorhead.
You had the opportunity.
Yeah,
It was
I did.
right there.
It was right there.
Did you also have the opportunity to see Chris Cornell? And if you pissed that one away too, we can't be friends anymore.
No, I've never had any opportunity to see him.
Okay, I was a little aggressive there. I apologize.
That was slightly
Very
aggressive.
sorry.
So
Kind
then,
of jealous. That's why.
and even then, I mean, I didn't really know who Alice in Chains was. I mean, I heard of them, but I wasn't a big fan at that point. I mean, they had just come out like the year before that. But as time has gone on, my friends and I have become pretty big fans of Alice in Chains. So we've gone to see them a couple of times with their new singer.
Was that prior to Man in the Box being on MTV, like, constantly?
This is probably around the same
Same
time.
time, yeah. Because I remember that video was non-stop on MTV.
Yeah.
The man
In the box.
Your box.
Your box.
So,
Sorry.
So at Wind Creek, we've seen all kinds of shows. I've seen Aaron Lewis there 2 or 3 times.
Oh, that's who I meant. Yeah.
Do you know who Aaron Lewis is?
I feel like I should.
You should. I mean, he's the lead singer of Stained. Which I'm sure
Yeah.
you've heard of.
Okay. Yeah.
So at
It's been a
some
while.
point,
That's not that bad.
several years ago, he switched
Is
to
that
country
band?
music.
Oh, yeah, I don't like them.
You don't like Stained?
Is that band? It's been a
No.
while.
I believe
I'm
so.
not sure if that. I think that. Might
I'm
be
pretty
the
sure it
song.
is. He sings one of those sappy songs.
I like a couple of their songs that were popular. You're better reeled in.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But they're actually Stained is actually getting back together. They're supposed to be coming out with a
I didn't
new
know they were
album. But Aaron Lewis, we've gone to see a few times. Black Label's never been to Wind Creek, which is weird. I don't know why.
We saw
So,
a couple shows
I've
there.
seen
Yep.
Black Label many times, but they're always either smaller venues or bigger ones.
Gotcha.
So before they became really big, we saw them at Croc Rock in Allentown.
That's no longer
Oh
there.
my gosh,
Yes,
that's
I saw hands
forever
in
ago.
there.
I've played Croc Rock a couple times.
Yes,
Oh,
you
yeah?
have.
So I saw Black Label twice there at Croc Rock. And then we saw them when they opened up for Judas Priest in Stroudsburg, I think. There's an arena
Oh yeah.
somewhere
Oh,
in
is that on
Stroudsburg.
Main Street in Stroudsburg or East Stroudsburg?
It could be.
Yeah.
I think I saw Opeth there too with Catatonic. I think that's how you. I don't know.
So.
I
there's
saw
that-
Willie Nelson at Wind Creek.
Really?
How did you asked me a question about Wind Creek? I don't know how we got into this,
What?
but I've seen a bunch of stuff at Wind Creek.
We saw a couple things at Wind Creek. We saw Buddy Guy and Johnny Lang. I've seen Everclear a bunch of
Ooh.
time. Oh yeah, Buddy Guy and
love-
Johnny Lang was phenomenal.
I love Johnny Lang.
The guy.
I have a signed CD by him.
You do?
I sure do.
have all
Maybe
his
we can
albums.
put it on display in the kids' room. I mean, it's in a drawer at my house, so I don't
Yeah,
mind
we can
donating
hang
it.
that
I mean, it'll have to be LS's portion.
We could do that.
Is there a spot?
Yeah, we can find a place.
I
Is it
don't
an
know.
album or CD?
I don't think there's a spot.
Is it a CD?
It's a CD.
Oh yeah, we can find spots. There's plenty of. We got a few walls.
All right, just so you know, it like goes on a separate, tiny little
Yeah, yeah.
piece of paper, not in
I could do
the.
that. We're good.
All right. We
Yes.
also got a drumstick signed by Mike Portnoy,
do,
but I don't know
yeah.
if that'll leave the house.
No, that's with my drumsticks.
There you go.
So I didn't know what avenue I wanted to circle back to because as you were talking, I was like, oh, I could go there, and I could go, and I don't know where I want to go. So I want to circle back to when we were talking about Alice in Chains.
Mhm.
So I saw Matchbox 20, and I just wanted to share a story of how I even found out about Matchbox 20. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think
I'm
I
actually
said it already.
surprised that you're a fan of Matchbox.
Right, a lot of people were. Well, first my
It's
music.
Rob Thomas, right?
Yeah.
The lead singer. Okay.
Yep. The guitar player was phenomenal too,
Oh,
to the
yeah?
point where I started to have to research his solo stuff because he's fucking good.
What's his name?
I'd have to look it up to double check. We'll throw it in the comments after the show, but
Good shit.
I was blown away by the guitar player.
So he has his own solo albums.
I'm going with absolutely.
Yeah.
I just I'm starting to dig and scratch that surface now, but based off of the amount of times that Rob let him sing a little bit and how good he sang, yeah,
Oh,
he's,
yeah?
he's trying to produce
Wow.
or promote himself. But so back in the 90s or early 2000s, not quite sure which one it was. I was a little young kid on my way to basketball camp at Lycoming College, and Alice in Chains, Lane Staley had a different band, a side band. We've talked about this band
Oh, yeah, we
before.
have talked
What
about
was it
this.
called?
Mad Hatter.
Oh, close. Mad
close?
Season. I'm kind of impressed. You
Mad
got one word
Season.
right.
Yeah.
We stopped. So this is back in the days before like iPods, right? So I'm going to a basketball camp for a week at a college dorm, so I have my boombox with me. Yeah, you heard me.
Boombox? What
I-
year was this?
I don't know, like 90s. I don't remember.
And they carried boombox?
Well, I was going to a
That was
college.
before
I
the
was going to a
iPad.
college dorm
What
for
did we use
camp.
before iPads?
So we had, we
Yeah.
didn't, I mean, we had Walkmans and shit, but we
CD
were at
Walkmans.
basketball
Well,
camp, so we were going to blast music and
If
have
you said
party.
Walkman, I'd be like, oh yeah, that makes
Well,
sense.
yeah,
But
did you
the
go away
boombox thing,
and
that
like,
doesn't.
did you play sports?
I played football for.
Did you have like a
couple
way
years.
camp at a college place where you stayed at a dorm, or is that just basketball?
What?
Yeah, no.
No?
The answer is no.
Okay, so we would stay at college dorms when we go away for basketball camp. So it was
I
like
see.
one big party. Yeah, you took a
I
boombox.
gotcha. Oh, all right.
I don't know why I'm getting so loud and aggressive. I apologize.
It's
So
okay. You can.
I conned my mom into stopping at the store to get CDs before we go.
All right.
And I went to go get one CD, and I said, I need you to look for Mad Seasons Above, which was
Okay.
Lane Staley's side band, Mad Season.
Gotcha.
We met at the checkout, and we were running late, and she's like, oh, I got this. And it was Matchbox 20's Mad Season.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, fuck, well, we're late. I can't.
It was their way to dupe listeners into buying their
That's
CDs.
not true. Anyway, but that's how I ended up getting that album, and we spent the week listening to that and
Oh, nice.
Mad Seasons
All right.
Above. I think I woke everybody up with the song Above from that album. But
I mean, Matchbox 20, I only know whatever their hit songs were. I've never really listened to.
there was quite a
anything else.
lot of hit songs.
Yeah, they did. They did
So-
have quite a
A
few.
lot.
But other than, like, I've never, like, listened to.
Now, they
He's
just
not an avid
released...
fan.
I mean, I'm
No,
not
I don't-
either, but I know, I mean, a little
I don't
bit.
dislike them. It's just something I just never. They're just not a band.
One for nostalgia purposes. The other avenue I wanted to possibly go into is you talked about Ozzy earlier, right?
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, the
and
tribute Ozzy thing. Yeah.
Then at some point I brought up Crazy Train. I
You're
thought
gonna
it was
say
a
it
good
again.
little comment. I forget what that was about. But did you see what he's in the news for recently? Like what they're doing?
Well, I saw that Ozzy backed out of a concert because of
Oh, he backed out of a whole tour.
illness, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
But he can't sit still. Like that's his. He says that, right? He can't sit still.
It's
So
killing him right now. He can't tour.
we do those Monster Mania cons where I take my daughter who wants to act and be different actors, and they sit at a table and you get to talk to them and sign autographs and shit. And that's what Ozzy and his entire family are doing now. They're just gonna tour and sign
Oh.
autographs
Oh,
and
really?
meet people and
Well, that's,
Oh, that's
all
cool.
right.
yeah, I thought it was pretty neat.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Are they going to come anywhere near here?
Oh, I'm sure they will.
I got a few things I'd like Ozzy to sign. So.
Right?
I would imagine
mean-
the Greater Expo Center.
I got some vinyl. I'd
I
like
would meeting
Ozzy to
Sharon. I mean,
sign.
she's a character and a half,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, I just want Ozzy to sign.
I-
something. That's all I want.
You're not a big fan of Sharon?
Sharon's
I
not-
actually
I mean,
have.
she did have relations with Randy Rhoads.
Did she?
You didn't hear about that? Oh.
Allegedly.
Okay, let me tell you this story. So
Allegedly.
Ozzy, when he got with Sharon, he was still married to his first wife, who he has a daughter with. And so he was seeing Sharon on the side. Well, his wife shows up unannounced. And so Sharon, instead of hiding in the closet with the broom, she went into Randy Rhoads' dressing room. And there, it's the 80s, drugs.
I don't know what you're alluding to.
They got on.
going.
They got it on. It's when the room is
Like-
knocking, or the room's rocking, don't come a knocking. They
What
hung
did
the
they get on?
sign.
Their pants? Their
Yeah,
outfit?
they had an affair.
New music?
Well, Ozzy found out, and he was heartbroken because these are two people he loved, but he never took it out on either of them. Instead, in fact, they both have a place in his heart, obviously. But his marriage didn't work out too well either. So him and Sharon then got together, and then he had 2 more kids. But that is the story about how Sharon had an
What's the
affair
daughter's
with
name?
Randy Rhoads. We talked about this last 2 episodes ago.
I'm going to go with
Amy.
I didn't remember a whole lot the past couple
It was
times.
Kelly.
Their
Kelly.
daughters are
Kelly and Jack.
And
So
Amy.
Kelly's really pretty.
She
She's
is.
very
They also have a
pretty.
daughter named Amy.
And that's the first daughter I was referring
Oh, yeah.
to. Yep.
Yeah, she's
That's
the
a-
oldest.
Her daughter.
Yeah, they have 3
Way
kids
too
together.
much.
Why wasn't Amy on the TV shows?
She didn't want
Because
to be.
She didn't want to be.
Is she normal? Like,
Yes,
I
she's
like
very
how
normal.
When you ask me a question, there's
Everybody
other,
else answers.
there's other answers.
When you
than-
I get yelled at for doing that all the time.
fucking no. I'm the one yelling.
Stop. Amy
He
did
said
not want to
stop,
be on
not
the.
me.
Amy did not want to be on the Osbournes. She refused. So, I think they actually sent her. Like she went to live with relatives while they were shooting the Osbournes for, I think, 3 years.
So they
or-
pretend-
It was,
didn't
yeah,
have her?
at least
I
3.
think the show went on for 3 or 4 years. And then
I only watched a couple episodes.
I have the whole every season on
doesn't
DVD if you want
surprise
to
me.
borrow it.
I'm
and
surprised
watch
that you
it.
don't have the
Here we go.
Gene Simmons.
I do. every season.
Yeah, we watched that too.
So if you'd like to, you can borrow it.
Religiously.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it. We
Yeah,
watched a
every-
couple episodes, and I constantly would say, "How is he with her? I just don't get
I
it."
told you, it's an
The-
open marriage.
I
The Gene
don't get that
Simmons
either,
show,
but that's a whole
which
other
was-
story.
Well, she was a model too.
Family Jewels, what was that
Yep.
name?
Yes.
Family Jewels.
I think there's like 5 seasons, and I've got them all on DVD.
I watched maybe 5
If you ever want to
episodes.
borrow it, you
No, I'm
can.
good.
You said that you used a boombox for soccer camp.
Basketball.
Yeah,
That's
okay. In the 90s. When did you graduate high school?
2003.
Holy shit! I feel old. Oh, God. Well, so it made
I mean,
me
we
think...
already established several episodes ago. that
I know,
Laura's
but I
a
couldn't
child.
remember. And I was pretty sure it was like
You were born in
a different era.
That's what
85,
makes us
right?
so
Is that-
lovable as a duo, Rick.
Oh, no, I'm not. No,
Well,
I'm not knocking it.
it's a different perspective.
Listen, I'm not knocking it.
I'm not quite
All
sure if you're
I'm-
allowed to comment just because you married me and you're the same generational gauge gap here.
Listen, I'm not knocking
I'm in
it.
between, actually. I'm like an in-betweener.
The only reason I brought this up is because you said, Laura, you said this was like 92, 93?
I don't know.
Like
maybe.
90-ish?
Ish. 90.
So-
it could be later.
The
I'd
boombox
say 98.
era started about 10 years before that.
Yes, but the funny part about this is
Well,
that...
what the hell was I supposed to take? I didn't have anything else to take.
And don't forget,
No, I'm
I'm
not.
confused.
No, I'm not knocking it.
I'm very confused.
You don't need to be. We're just pointing out.
Okay.
No, the funny part about this is
Shut
that
up.
in 92, 91, actually 92, 93, maybe even, no, 92, 93, I had a 76 Chevy Cavalier.
ooh, Cavaliers.
It was an Impala.
Impala, thank you very
It
much.
was a Cavalier.
We do like
And
Cavaliers.
Yeah, we do.
It was my
The-
first car.
Stereo
Mine too.
didn't work in
Mine
it,
too.
so I had to put
Oh, yeah.
a boombox
Your boombox.
in the car if I wanted to.
I've done
The
that.
gentleman that I saw the Dirty Heads with on Sunday, he was 2 years older than me. And he would drive me to school sometimes. Not often, because he was very popular and I was not. So, whatever. Our friendship was weird. But he had a truck and it had a broken stereo and he had his boombox. But at that time it was like anti-skip, so the CD didn't skip as like I still had to hold it so it didn't skip. But
Oh no, this was back in the days of cassettes.
Yeah.
We didn't have CDs back
Yeah,
then.
they didn't have boombox with CDs. It was-
We didn't have that.
and a
All right,
radio.
well, see there, right
And
there. That's the difference.
Did the boombox you had a CD player?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
See,
CD and
that's-
tape.
See, those are the boomboxes of the 90s. They had
Now
the CD
that
players.
was my we just talked about this today. That was my first one, and it had 2 alien stickers on it. I really like that because that was mushrooms and aliens, and then
Honestly,
Mushrooms and aliens. I
I'm
love
just
it.
kind of surprised that even, I mean, like the boom boxes for us, like somebody my age was
were the
like
big silver ones.
that was like early 80s. So
Yeah.
I didn't know that they still called them boom boxes all the way into the.
Well, you have to
Yeah.
understand, I'm the youngest
job.
of my family, and I picked up all their slang. I was never cool for my own
Oh.
generation at all.
Oh, so the rest of your generation didn't call them boom? They probably
I don't
called
know.
them radios.
Maybe I wasn't hip.
They probably
maybe.
called them radios. You called them boom boxes.
I might have still called them boombox.
It's all right.
I mean,
There's
maybe
nothing
that's
wrong
why.
with that. Boombox, listen,
But then now
We know
it
what you're
did
talking about when
it
you
did
say
get
that.
upgraded because then we had when I went from that one I had one that was the speakers could separate and you could have the speaker wire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you had the
Yeah.
dual cassette player with the CD, and could record shit, make your own mixtapes. That was awesome for when I would drive.
So I think what we're going to do is the next episode we do, I'm going to get a boombox out for you. I actually do have a couple of them.
All right.
Wow.
So I'll get one of
A
them
couple
out.
of them?
I think there's actually
Why?
2 or 3 floating around. Well, the one that will
Is it silver?
present on, yeah, it's silver.
Is it from the 80s?
It is from the 80s. So
Can
the
we
one
bring
that
cardboard
will
and
show
windbreaker pants too.
the one that. So windbreaker they weren't. Well, they were really. We called them parachute pants.
Yeah, we did.
But the boombox that will show on the next episode. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work anymore. But
Fucker.
we'll still busted
I'm
out.
excited.
I was
I'm
just-
so excited.
Have you ever
It's
seen one of these before?
Yes.
Really?
My dad had one.
It's really kind of dusty, so I'm gonna have to clean it off.
Obviously.
We'll get it all set up. And I think the
Um,
radio part of it works, but like there's a cassette tape. I think there's 2, and I don't think they work anymore. So, but we'll get
I
that out.
think I
and
still have
then-
a box of all of my mixed tapes that I used to cart around in my car.
I still
up
have
in the
cassette
attic.
tapes floating around.
Yeah, but are they like the normal ones with the lyrics and everything, or are they your own?
no, I
like
have-
you record it from the radio, like
A little of both.
I don't
think.
have any of those. I do have like blank cassettes that I recorded stuff on. But anything like mixed tape, I don't have that anymore.
Gotcha.
that we
Oh no,
recorded
you don't
on
have those anymore.
I used to make
No.
a mixtape for every emotional moment I had.
Yeah, we did that in the 80s too.
Gonna have to
My
say,
sad tape.
what was that
Yeah,
one Joel
right.
album that
The
came
breakup
out
tapes.
with the blue and white? Yeah. Hold on. What was
This is my happy tape.
Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm making fun of everybody.
No, because that's what everybody did.
Yeah.
Anytime you made a mixtape, you always wrote on the label something that reminded you of what was on there. 'Cause
Well, even
there's no way you could sit there and write out every
That
song
even
on this little
evolved into the
thing, so.
CDs because I remember like Summer in '99 and having the songs listed on the CD. No, you can't relate to that?
I mean, I can. I mean, I did make my own CDs too.
Did you label them? Summer '99.
Nothing like that. No. That was just cassette tapes.
Well, you were a DJ back then, so that was
Yeah.
very
Making
specific.
my own CDs was for DJing, and we did put labels on them, but it wasn't emotional. They were just labels to tell you what was on the CD.
Well, then it wasn't as good.
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't. I'm on board with
Anytime
it.
there's
Probably
motion
wasn't
behind
as good.
things, man, it's deep.
This is my love CD.
Definitely.
This is my bedroom CD.
Okay,
Oh,
it wasn't
Lord.
that bad. All right.
The cassette tape thing was pretty bad. I mean, everybody wrote on and it really was emotional.
Yeah.
You know,
Especially if you could like record the radio dedication right before the song.
Yes.
That was getting super fucking awesome.
like if you had people would make mixtapes for their boyfriend and girlfriend, and you'd write on the top something, because I love you.
Dolly Parton's so cool.
Do you know that she's coming out with a rock album?
I do. I'm so
What?
excited. Yes.
Get the hell out.
And
She has
Let me
all
tell you
these
this right now. So, one,
Mhm.
she does. There's a whole bunch
more
of
excitement.
different artists on it. One of them is Rob Halford from Judas
Get
Priest,
the heck out.
There's other cooler people.
and she just
wrong with Rob
released
Halford?
her.
I don't know.
She just released her version of "We Are the Champions," and I gotta tell you, it's
Fucking cool.
Really?
Yeah.
It's actually really good.
Wow.
But there's a shitload of songs. I think the album's gonna have like 20 or 25 songs on it, and
And-
there's all kinds of different people.
she
All
got a
different
tour?
people. So, I
don't know.
hope so.
I didn't talk to her about it. I just know from the internet
Why
about
the fuck not? You need to call her up, man.
How old is she?
Dolly Parton is 70, I think 77 or
Oh,
76.
wow.
Do you know what she recently said? I freaking love her.
Oh, she's younger than our
She
president.
said she will never. Really?
She is.
Don't go there.
No. She fucks. Anyway, so she recently said that she's never ever going to stop touring. She wants to
Oh.
drop
Oh,
dead
yeah?
in the middle
On
of the song
stage.
on stage.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
There you go. That's all right.
She's awesome.
Good
Have
for
you guys
her.
ever been to Dollywood?
No.
We've never been there.
That's cool too.
I'm sorry. Is that in
Tennessee.
In Tennessee?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one of your bucket list items.
We can make this
Is
happen.
Tennessee.
We.
Well, we do. Well,
Oh, no, Nashville.
I mean,
Oh.
Yeah.
I've
Well, that's
never been to
Tennessee.
Nashville.
no? Nashville?
Yeah.
Yes,
Tennessee?
yes. But I'm just saying
Well, no,
Nashville
if I'm going,
specifically
it's
is like
just
a
for
bucket list
Dollywood.
for you.
Why? What's in Nashville? Besides Dollywood.
I mean, what isn't?
I mean,
What?
Actually, it's not in
Why is
Nashville.
this, what
It's
do I
actually-
not know? Everybody's saying
About
what?
It's not in
Nashville.
Nashville. It's in
Nashville.
Memphis. I don't know what. So it's not Nashville.
Well,
it's
why is
Memphis.
Nashville on your
Memphis.
bucket list? Whatever. Why?
What's in Memphis?
Oh boy.
Oh, no.
Graceland. Oh, sorry.
It's not Nashville. It's Memphis.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that was the other thing I realized about myself this week was how tall I am. I mean,
What
I knew I was
happened?
tall. I was in a concert with a lot of short people.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Everybody kept
GS
handing me
has
their
that.
phone so that I could
Yeah, I
get
have
really
the
good
short person
angles for
problem.
them.
Gina and then my best friend Jim and his fiance, they have that problem.
Yeah, I get into fights with people.
I don't have that problem. I can't. 6 feet tall is
Although-
sometimes a wonderful thing.
All right.
Last 2 weeks ago, I had no problems. Nobody invaded my space, so I didn't have to throw down.
I just throw down.
Well, there's been a few shows that we've gone to that GS gets a little fired up. Fiery.
I
Well,
voiced my
the problem
opinion to
is
people.
that when you're at a concert, and especially when you're standing in the same spot for like a long period of time, and then all of a sudden, like, people just start walking up and like standing in front of you, especially if they're taller than Gina, which most
Did
of
you
them
see
are.
the side eye I
But-
just got? I know you probably didn't, but I
I
totally
saw
just
it.
got a side eye.
If
Like,
some of
I
them,
was the one that just made a better door than a window.
if they're taller than Gina, and not just her, but anybody, like if you're when
if
you're
they
at
wear
a concert and you're walking around, you should be aware of just walking up in front
Yeah,
of
I'm
people
being
and
considerate.
blocking their view.
What if they wear a
I'm
big
going to
hat?
do a contrary view
big hat.
here
Well-
and say, as
There's always that
somebody
one
who was
guy.
just at a concert and was at a multiple, let me preface, because
But did
each
you
concert,
walk around halfway through the concert and just start standing in front of people?
Counting Crows, I definitely pushed my way up to the front. Fuck yeah.
Well,
And
okay,
I definitely
hold
stood
on.
in front of
that's
short
different.
people.
I'll push my way up
Pushing
to
your way
the
up
front
to the
without an
front's
issue.
different. Pushing your way up to going up to towards the front is a little different. Just so when we go to concerts, we do not typically go towards the front of the
Well,
stage.
anymore
We-
because I've been banned
Yeah.
from doing that.
Why were you banned?
Because this one's a cis and doesn't want to follow behind me.
I don't know what
No,
she's
he
talking
doesn't
Short
wanna
about.
people
get-
are the
he
best to
doesn't
create the path because they're like little
Exactly.
snakes.
None
They
of what
sneak through.
the
I'm
last,
good to find, so if you have to go to the bathroom, I'm your landmark.
The last
but the
10
short people
seconds
are
that
good.
you just heard is a fabrication of the truth.
Okay.
You don't want to go into the mosh pit?
We don't go to those kind of shows.
You don't have
So
mosh pits at your shows?
typically when we go to shows, we stand a little further back. So especially at like
Penn's Peak.
Penn's Peak, Wind Creek.
Oh, we did that at
If they
Penn's
don't have
Peak.
chairs out, like we stand kind of back. We don't want to be in the whole
Oh, I did.
mess of trying to be up in the
No,
front.
actually, that's smart.
So if we're standing back
It
a little
is.
further
I'll tell you
where
why.
there's not a lot of people, when people just start walking around, especially when you're like halfway or more than halfway through the show, and you've got people just walking in front of you and just stopping, that's just
Rude.
extremely rude.
So if you think that's rude,
Like there's no
Well-
reason for that.
But then I let
But we've
people
also-
know.
We've also had some instances where we had a guy at Penn's Peak who we're not really sure why, but he couldn't stand still. And he had been
That
in
was
front
last
of him
summer.
and his wife had been in front of us for a while. And even though they're a little bit taller than she is, she can kind of pick her spot of where she can see. But then if you're somebody that can't stand still, this guy
I
kept
got
moving
side-eyed
around.
again.
And at one point, he like kept backing up and backing up and backing up until he was literally right against Gina, and I think he may have bumped her, and that's when things
Was
go
he
south.
drunk?
No,
That's when things go south.
I'm
They
sure.
were
Yeah,
totally
he was
sober.
definitely drinking, and I let
No, I
him
don't
know.
think they were drinking. I think they were sober.
Yeah, I told him that he got too close to me, and he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Back off!" Well, I wasn't that nice, but
Tropidelic was like a 90s Bone Thugs and Harmony meets Sublime. It was unique.
Huh.
Very unique.
All right. I do know Bone Thugs and Harmony.
I think it's hilarious when you say things like that.
Why? Well, because during that time I was DJing, so
So
Bone
East
Thugs?
1999 was their best album, Bone Thugs and Harmony. I mean, I could go on for a little while here if you really want to go down this road. Then they had the album with the
we
Crossroads
can. I
on.
just don't know what the hell you're talking about.
No, East 1999, Bone Thugs and Harmony. That's a great album. I will not ask you to listen to that for homework. I wouldn't torture you like that.
Well, I think you've given him enough homework already. I mean, you're like
Apparently,
the
I'm
math
not
teacher
going to
from hell.
remember.
Did
So.
you text me my homework?
Yeah. You're going to write a list down and we're going to write it on the board?
His only homework is 30 seconds to Mars.
All right.
For now. That and Them Crooked Vultures. I had told you to listen to that. That was Dave Grohl's band. One of them. From a while ago when we talked about supergroups.
Who?
Them Crooked Vultures. I could text that to him too.
Is that the one with the guy from Zeppelin?
Yeah.
Bass player,
yeah. I do remember you.
John Paul Jones. Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
I had not heard of them either before. And I have yet to listen to them.
But you text me that, I'll listen to it.
I just did.
So speaking of homework, something that I came up with like a long time ago.
Your own homework? Or
No, well, you and I talked about it, and I said it might be fun to do.
Excuse me?
And I think
Sorry.
we need to include these two in on that. Is going to like the 4 Italian restaurants that we identified. Remember?
I like Italian food.
I like food, so let's keep going with this.
I like
love
Italian
it.
food.
So
specifically.
Rick and I
the
went to go
this-
to this Italian restaurant
Is this the menu you sent me
on
last night?
512,
Well-
and I can't remember the name of it.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It's not Nonna Salinas. It's the other one down further,
Then I
closer
don't.
to
Never mind.
to Wegmans, and we didn't have a reservation, and I was really disappointed. But my point of this was that I said, there was Nonna Salinas, and then there was that Italian restaurant, and then we love Asante's, and then and then the other one was
The one that you keep trying to tell me to try.
on
there's
Shanersville Road.
Fiamma.
I've been there. I've been to that one.
So what I'm hearing is that we have to do 4 separate meals,
Yes.
4 separate nights,
And then have, like,
do
a
review. I'm
have a-
down
My
with
But
that.
we can also have a little
Just
bottle of
bring it
red
up.
and a bottle of white while we're reviewing it.
I'm down with that.
I mean, Rick and I have been to Fiamma several times.
We could do it. We could start with the Italian restaurants and then branch into other stuff.
Yeah, so I thought that
love
would be
food.
fun to do.
It all depends on your appetite.
So my wife's bringing this up because we're talking about homework, and her and I. Are you paying attention?
I'm glaring because I caught the.
So, her and I had talked about this a while ago, and I think we were talking about it to talk about on the show.
Yeah.
That we would go to different.
Yeah.
I'm
This was like a
why
very
we only
good-
That's
picked
actually a really
Italian
good idea.
restaurants, but it could be
I like
just
what
because of
you
that
guys do
night.
on the whole Sunday Fun Day jar. I love that.
The Sunday
That's
Fun
hard.
Day. We haven't actually. We've only done.
We've
I
done
think
2. The third one we couldn't come to an agreement on.
I thought it's just a piece of paper.
Well, so the so the first 2 that we did, we only recorded the very first one. We got shit for not recording the second one, and because we did post on Facebook like,
Sunday Fun Day.
I know, I was waiting.
Wherever we were like, Sunday Fun Day. and this
Broadway
is
was
where
one
we
of them, right?
So we got a little bit of shit about
it was
not
Stroudsburg, yeah.
recording a video of pulling the ticket.
Well, and then the third one,
And then the third one, the problem was that
it was the same place we had already been to, which was Trader Joe's. We had both selected Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
So we each put in our own things, and we both chose Trader Joe's. So then the third one was Trader Joe's.
Yeah. So the third day the third time that we tried to pick something, it was really nice out that day, and we wanted to be outside. And I don't know. The first
was
thing
Trader
The first thing
Joe's.
that we picked, we were just like, eh.
And then the second one was the casino up at Mount Airy.
Oh, I like Mount Airy.
But
and
we
then-
didn't want to drive all the way
That's
there.
far.
And again, we were trying to do something outside, and
So we scrapped the pulling the ticket that day, and then just did something else.
yeah.
So we haven't done one in a little while.
So I have to
Most
ask-
Sundays, there's always something going on. That's
I
the
have to
problem.
ask a
Especially-
question, and I'm scared I'm going to be crucified for it. What is Trader Joe's?
You know, Trader Joe's.
gosh!
So Trader
You're
Joe's
coming
is
with
a
us next time.
supermarket. There has been a lot of rumors about them opening one somewhere in Allentown, but we
So
don't
just a
believe that it's actually
supermarket?
true.
Oh, hold on. It's the supermarket
so
of
it's a supermarket,
supermarkets.
but like a lot of the stuff they sell is their own, and some of the things that they make are just amazing.
Phenomenal.
And they make all kinds of stuff. They have their own, like literally, they have their own brand of everything. Their own chips, their own popcorn, their own meats, their own
do you like
candy.
tortilla chips?
I do.
I'm going to give you a bag before you go home.
Oh, yeah.
So the one that we go to the most, which is in
Princeton.
right outside of Princeton, New Jersey, they sell wine there at that one.
$2
They
buck
have this wine called Charles.
It's
Schwab.
$2 Chuck. Yeah, it's Charles.
It's not called $2 Chuck.
Charles
It's called Charles Schwab.
Oh crap! It's Charles.
The nickname for the wine is $2 Chuck because when they first came out with it,
It was
they
$2.
only
You told me
charged
about
$2.
this.
However,
$2.
the $2 thing has changed. So now it's like $5
Well,
a
inflation.
bottle.
It's Charles Shaw.
That's exactly what I said
Isn't
the
$2
first time. You're like, oh,
$2
that's not
Chuck like Mr. Fister?
$2 Chuck.
What is the place
So-
that... Oh.
Now it's a little bit more expensive. They
It's
don't charge
$3.99
$2.
a bottle.
It's more like $4.99, but
Okay, $4.29.
it's $4.99.
No, it's not $4.99. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm good.
I
No, I'm
wish I
kidding.
had the receipt. So
Where? Oh.
it's a whole supermarket, and
It has everything.
They have their own.
I'm pretty
it's-
excited.
Not that they have everything, but it's their like a lot of the stuff is their own,
Right.
made by Trader Joe's.
And it's huge.
Well, the Princeton
it's
one
pretty-
isn't huge,
Yeah, it's not big.
but it's
not
extremely popular because
big. Like when you go
so
in there, the place is packed.
there
always
is
packed.
a Trader Joe's in Pennsylvania. It's in I want to say Plymouth Meeting, but that's not right. Going down south, it's Philly suburbs, but they don't sell the wine
Yeah, they
there.
don't sell wine that there.
Oh. Not worth going to then.
I wouldn't think so because when we make a Trader Joe's run, we come back normally with no less than 2 cases of wine.
The border jumpers.
And food.
Oh yeah, it's totally illegal.
Oh my god! Is it?
It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it is.
It's like eastbound and down.
We
You're
take a
driving
cooler.
up in
in
trucking.
Jersey. It's in New Jersey, Princeton, New Jersey. It's illegal.
Oh, yeah.
Border jumpers.
We're riding
Wait,
dirty
is
when we
it
come
illegal
home.
to buy alcohol in another state and drive it home?
Yes.
Then do you know how many times I broke the
Technically, yeah.
fucking law?
Oh, I'm
We
sure.
used to get
We
wine
do it all
from
the time.
Watkins Glen, New York.
It is illegal to
Oh, yeah.
transport alcohol across the state line.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It's true.
Almost as ridiculous as the
It
fact
might
that there's
be.
no iced tea in a Long Island iced tea. But don't even get me started. Fucking
There's no
ridiculous.
iced tea in a Long Island.
I don't know. Why call them Long Island iced teas? It's
Because
ridiculous.
it tastes
That's what it
like
looks
iced tea.
No,
It
yes.
looks like it. It sort of
It-
tastes
God, I
like
could go for one right now.
it. Tastes a little bit like
Don't get me
iced tea.
started. Ridiculous.
But when we go to Trader Joe's, we
Fucking
take a
substitute.
cooler
Yeah.
with ice packs.
Yeah, because
I can't
we
believe
always buy
It's illegal.
some. Take
Oh, yeah.
We're back to the.
I just don't understand this.
It's illegal to transport alcohol that you've bought in another state to another state. It's illegal.
Do you know how many times we went to Atlantic City and had
Oh, yeah.
alcohol with us?
Gina and I do it all the
Go
time.
to Ocean City, Maryland with alcohol. Like,
Gina
come
and
on.
I drive to Delaware with
They obviously don't.
either
force
with
this.
alcohol or
We
bringing
bring it back for
So
the most part.
we go through Delaware, Maryland,
I hope
Jersey,
cops don't listen to us.
and then into Pennsylvania.
They obviously don't enforce this, right?
Only if
Well,
you get
I
stopped
mean,
for
Not really,
something.
no.
Yeah, I mean they're not gonna
So fucking
they're not gonna
ridiculous.
suspect that you're transporting alcohol. But if you're stopped
They're
and
looking
they
for drugs
see
and
it,
guns.
Yeah, if they,
There's a
well, that's the
possibility
thing. If
that
they
they
if they
could-
stop you and they see it, they're gonna leverage it against you to fucking give you a ticket. Are you gonna eat food that's called like a steak, but it's chicken?
That's a good point.
In the
Would I
future,
do
probably.
I mean, I personally wouldn't do that, but there's plenty of people
You won't
that
have
do.
a choice soon.
People eat fake steak every day.
No, they do.
Apparently,
Plant-based.
McDonald's.
I was just going to say, people go to McDonald's.
McDonald's apparently serves a fake
It's
burger.
mostly
I'm
soy.
over this.
Would I do that? I would personally not eat that. If I'm going to eat a steak, it's going to be
This is a tangent that
A
wasn't
fucking
supposed
cow.
to
Made by
happen.
God.
It's gonna
It'd be a cow made by God. And the other cow that procreated.
Listen, it's
the
going
cow,
to be a
to make the cow.
made by God.
Exactly. If he put it here, it's meant to be consumed.
Well, I don't know about that, but yes.
I mean, he did.
Well, that reminds me of the
he did put
conversation
people here too.
The conversation I went
You know
off
what I
on
mean.
today. So
That's for procreation.
vegetarians don't eat meat because of how animals feel, right?
True.
Well, lions don't eat grass and salads.
You don't know that. Maybe they do. Have you
My
ever seen
dog
a cat
does.
that needs to throw up? What's the first thing they do? They eat grass.
Well, so do
That's
dogs.
No, and cats, dude.
No.
I have one.
So you have an indoor cat how does he eat grass?
I let it outside
I
sometimes.
think.
Okay,
And there's a thing called cat
people
grass.
Something
do
happened to
that.
that cat a long
We've
time
had
ago.
indoor
Mind our-
cats.
mind your
Listen,
business.
we've had indoor cats that puked up hairballs all the time. They didn't eat grass.
Oh, no, they make things called
Well,
cat grass,
they weren't
though. All right, but hold on.
outside.
So you're getting off the track here. So
Okay.
vegetarians, they don't eat meat because of the animal's feelings and all that, right? What? What?
Apparently, you're
He
disturbing him.
needs to keep going. Just
He's
let me keep
disturbed
going.
already.
All right.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So
I'm not
now
gonna say
listen, there's been a new recent discovery. It's not recent, but there's new tests being done on plants. And one of the things they found is that they have the same receptors in plants that we have in our brains to make us see colors. So not saying plants can see colors, but they can observe colors now, right? Now we've identified that plants are living, breathing, and observing.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that these people that are vegans are a bunch of sick son of a bitch cannibals.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, they like to see the
Absolutely.
plants
Ow,
suffer.
I'm so glad you
didn't
went
think
there.
it was
I
going
wasn't
that way,
following
did
that.
ya? You had to give it time. You had to give it time.
Here you go.
But
Fool
so
you.
yeah, now the other thing that they've found too is a way that they clip different things onto the plants, and each plant makes its own audible noise. And they're making music now from different plants and things like that. So yeah, my question to the vegetarians out there, I'm not knocking you because I went on this weird pescatarian thing for a couple of years, which is where you will eat seafood. I don't know why.
The question is,
Right.
why are you
Well, they're
murdering
ugly.
plants?
Well, is this going to change your perception on if you're a vegetarian? What the
The
fuck
plant-
is wrong with
the
your face?
No, there's
The plant will
there's a
scream
bug.
too.
Well, I mean, they say that when you cut grass and you smell the fresh cut of grass, that's actually a defense mechanism from the plants, the grass.
Mhm.
So my question to the vegetarians is, does this change your perception of how you eat, and what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Are you going to just stick to nuts then?
Keep killing.
Well, who's
keep
to say
killing-
the nuts don't feel too?
Keep killing innocent
Pretty sure.
plants.
I can't.
I
Nuts-
know where you're
your
going
nuts
with
feel.
that.
They do.
Yeah,
I mean, what did you say about my nuts?
that's why I have my spiritual
So-
tattoo.
Yeah, box.
I'm with you on the plant thing, and I'm even with you on the animal thing. Lions and tigers
and
don't
bears.
eat. They
Oh
don't,
my!
lions and tigers and bears, they don't eat trees and plants. They eat.
That's not true.
Sometimes they eat plants.
So
No,
there are bears that eat bamboo.
Okay.
Panda bears, actually.
With panda bears.
You can't. No, they do eat. There's a balance. They eat berries. They eat nuts. They
eat other
twigs, they eat leaves.
other meats.
do eat other meats. Yeah. I'm not
That's
saying
my
they're
point.
straight
They eat
vegetarians,
fish.
but you can't say they don't eat plants because they do.
Okay. Well, I didn't mean anything.
Side
I meant
note.
that they don't exclusively.
No,
Are you-
you're right.
Just
They don't
well,
Well, next
exclusive.
time.
Well, because you need
exclusively in
protein.
there.
That's right. You need protein.
I mean,
Are you on
Well,
it's
TikTok?
not like they're drinking almond milk.
Oh, you're not?
I don't do TikTok.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
TikTok is easily hackable, so
My wife's on TikTok.
I don't do it. However,
GS
I
is
do
on
do the
TikTok,
Facebook
and she loves-
Reels, which are like
I love
TikTok
TikTok.
videos. So there's certain things I might know.
GS loves TikTok videos.
I love Facebook Reels.
And I believe that it is a stress reliever for my wife.
It most certainly
She
is.
will
There's some good ones out
she will
there.
sit and watch goofy TikTok videos and cackle like
The hyena.
there's no tomorrow.
There's nothing
But-
wrong with it. There are some really good
I
ones.
also watch ASMR videos on TikTok, which is very
my kid likes those.
helpful.
What is it?
So I'm the opposite of that. Like
the hell's
ASMR. It's the sounds and the feelings and the noises that are, to some people it calms them. To
Like
people
ocean
like
sounds
me,
and
it
Sort
is
of.
fucking
Yes.
like bubble wrap. right? People that pop bubble wrap, they like that noise.
What's the word they use
Do
for
they?
that?
It's ASMR.
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
Or
so
like
you
it's
get
slime.
Would
you
say
get-
it's soothing or
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, so-
satisfying.
depending
I
on
get
what the
annoyed.
sounds are, you get a response in your brain.
Yes.
But
it
how do
sends
you
it-
know which sounds you prefer and like?
Well, you have
So-
to try
Feel
them
it,
out.
you'll
You got to
know.
experiment.
Yeah,
You don't.
and I found
I see.
one woman that I absolutely love, and I mean, it literally, like, depending on what trigger, they're called triggers, that she uses, I get a tingling sensation on the top of my head
I believe it. I
or
can see that.
through
It's
my
Joey,
body,
our kid too.
and it's very relaxing, and it actually helps me to get my notes done at work.
Yeah, I
So
believe
how
it.
long has this been a thing?
A while.
Long time, long
Seriously?
time.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I've ever heard of it.
So, well, that's because it's different.
Yeah,
You
so
don't
what
you don't
happens
do
when
well
you
with
don't pay
different.
attention? What's going on?
Well, they so
don't pay attention
with the
what's going on in the
ASMR
world,
stuff,
so-
they have this thing too. It's called tapping.
Yes.
Where I actually do that to help
tap
release.
it.
Like
Was that the
the-
tapping?
is that
on
like the Morse
microphone? Is that what
code?
you were trying to do? You were
Like
trying
this?
to
So the
Please don't.
tapping
Please
is
stop it. Stop.
Okay, so
is
She's telling you she
emotional
needs help.
freedom response technique.
yes,
Yeah,
our teenagers. Super
I actually
into
took
that.
a training in that.
Well, and it's that makes sense with your profession, and it's supposed to be super soothing and things like that. But like this tapping thing, it was a tip for me for somebody who was trying to help me meditate to help balance my stress. And she said when I have high anxiety when I'm driving to try tap, and I'm like, what, like the steering wheel? Like, and she said, she's like, here, what is it? Here,
Yep.
here.
So
like all your pressure points or something.
if you
like
go by
tapping
the
yourself?
official
that. Yeah,
technique,
it works.
it's the
Alright.
top of the head, your head,
Kevin, don't.
your temples, your cheekbones,
You driving around like
your
this?
chin,
Yes, the two of you are assholes.
your chest,
Yeah,
underneath your
that's
arm,
the spot right
Yes.
there. Yep.
and then you start it all over
See,
again.
you don't get it because you do get
No,
anxiety.
no.
So
I-
if you have
listen,
anxiety, start doing that.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you that that's probably never going to happen. However,
It works.
I'm not discounting it at all. I mean,
No, it's probably a lot of science behind it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
It's just that
there
you
is.
look like a funny monkey driving around.
Well, to be honest, I look like an idiot when I drive around anyway because I'm jamming out. I sing, I dance.
That
I'd
is
probably
true.
look like
I'd probably in the same.
Here's the
I
But
can
the
thing.
thing
hear
is
you
that
2
you can
miles
do
away.
it. You can just like rub. Like nobody's going
Oh,
to.
you're not supposed to tap? I am actually.
You can. No,
Knocking on your head.
If you
Oh, that one was a little
no,
hard.
the tapping is most effective. But if you want to try to be discreet about it, you can just like go. Go like this.
I don't know how to be discreet.
You know, like
No, but
you
yeah,
just-
I mean that makes sense because it doesn't matter. It's still the
Right.
pressure.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you that. I mean, although I do have a pretty serious anxiety problem, that is only when I have to do things like speak in public or
That reminds me.
do presentations.
That reminds me.
However, other than that, I mean, I'm a pretty calm person, and if I need some type of relief, I come to the Kiss Shrine.
True.
And I listen to heavy metal music.
To the Motley
So I don't
Crue's
need
first
to-
album with the double bass.
I don't need to tap on myself. I'm not saying there's
until you
anything
try it. Listen, I'll tap you.
wrong with
Look
that.
it right now.
I'm not saying there's anything
I'm just
wrong
kidding.
with it.
I'm
I'm
just
just
kidding.
saying that that's something that
She was
I
so
personally
slick.
don't feel that I need.
Violence is not the answer.
I hate you.
So what you were? I
Oh,
was
so
talking.
yeah.
I was talking and I could see.
She
I
was
sparked
distracted.
something.
I got excited.
No. I sparked something.
You
I
did.
could
You
see it.
did. So I was telling GS earlier that in our day-to-day profession, you're a little bit of a rock star. And
I disagree with that assessment, but you can go along with
No,
it. I
he
mean,
is. He is.
I may try to be one, but I don't. I think most people think I'm just an old dork.
I think that's in your own head.
I disagree with
So
that.
what do you mean by that?
So we have to do certain things, and one of them is like morale building and whatever. He has his own version of each manager brings their own version of morale building. I'm more of a fluffy motivational. I try to be anyway. Fluffy motivational person, free spirit. Yeah.
I'm not that person.
No, he's not. He brings a daily dose of hair metal to the table, which apparently does unite us quite a lot. We've got a lot of hair metal fans.
There's a lot. I will agree that
that's freaking shocking.
They don't always comment on if I put it into.
Oh, but they love it.
Like the chat message thing.
Oh,
However,
wait,
it appears to be.
Before.
It appears to be quite a hit during a quarterly presentation.
So we had to do our quarterly presentations.
They do seem
Oh, okay. So that's why. Okay.
And he starts his off with a daily dose of hair metal, right? He shares the facts. And he recently shared a picture with us, too, on IHE. Somebody he met, and he shared this in his presentation. And in the picture, he has a cut-off shirt.
Oh.
I can't tell you how I had to hear about Rick's cut-off shirt.
There was a lot of comments about...
Negative or positive or otherwise?
I think they were all good, but like...
It was just a lot of
like he was a rock star. Like it didn't matter what else he presented on.
That's so funny.
As long as that first slide had him meeting somebody famous, and then on the photo,
they were quite
in the background, right? You're supposed to focus on Rick getting the autograph from the musician, but no, they're focused on the background.
I actually forgot to tell Gina about this. There's a guy.
I'm getting there.
Oh.
I'm going to start calling you the tech guy. Popping the cherry of the conversation.
There's nothing wrong with popping the cherry.
Oh, God.
I apologize. I'll let you.
There's a guy in the background.
Pop that cherry.
It's my picture, but go ahead. You tell the story.
Go ahead.
No.
Oh, no.
Sure.
I mean, it's your picture, but you didn't want to bring it up.
No, go ahead. I'm joking. There's a guy in the background. Go ahead.
Why don't we tell it together?
In stereo.
I mean, now it's building up suspension. It's not even going to be that good.
Come on.
There's a guy in the background.
It's his doppelganger. So there's Rick in the foreground in this outfit with the cutoff shirt. I would think it was black and the jeans.
It was black. Yeah.
And right over his shoulder, looking at him in the background, is a guy in the same mother trucking outfit. And that's all everybody was talking about.
That is so funny.
So there's another guy who... And I did, because we heard people on the call like, "Oh my God, look at this guy," and I honestly didn't notice it until people started mentioning it, and then I was like,
"I remember."
And then I looked at the photo, and I was like, "Son of a bitch!" There's a guy that looks just like me.
Did Jesse tell you about the Hershey experience when you guys went in for the tasting thing?
What tasting?
He didn't tell you. So apparently, you wore your orange cutoff shirt and your cargo shorts.
Were they camo?
Apparently, yeah. Oh, are you okay?
Sorry.
And Jesse
yes,
saw another guy who apparently was dressed exactly the same as you.
Oh,
with the same hair thing. And he was like, wait, what? Yeah.
I did not hear this. And
you have a stalker.
So if that's the case, then obviously... Everywhere I go, people are trying to be like me.
You got a stalker.
Or you got a stalker.
Yeah.
Where are you going? GS?
We can take a break because I got to pee.
Go ahead.
And we'll be back.
We'll be back. He was.
And
we're back.
We're back. So, during the break, I've been asked about the Mr. Speed thing playing behind us. So this is a tribute band called Mr. Speed, and
not to be confused with the Minutemen.
That is a song by Kiss off of their Rock and Roll Over album, Mr. Speed. And then GS asked me if... What did you say?
I said, isn't one of your emails Mr. Speed or something? One of your names, whatever.
Yes, I do have an email that is Mr. Speed.
And to us ignorant people, what is the significance of Mr. Speed and Kiss?
It's the tribute band.
It's just a song.
Well, is it a Kiss song?
Yeah, it's a Kiss song. Okay. Mr. Speed is a song on their Rock and Roll Over album, which is their...
Oh, boy. I see you counting on your fingers.
Fifth? I think that's their... I'm trying to think of which album.
What's it called again?
It's called Rock and Roll Over, and that, I believe, is their 6th album. Studio album, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Destroyer, Love Gun, Rock and Roll Over. And if I'm wrong, that's really fucked up.
It was released in 1976, so I don't know if that means anything.
It doesn't.
Okay. It was recorded in New York.
So I made a really funny face just a second ago, and I just want to clarify it wasn't what you were saying. It was.
I wasn't looking at
It was the tardiness of my drink. It made my face
you go.
go to a certain
the,
weird shape, and I just wanted to clarify
You got the
it wasn't
cider?
what you were saying.
You can make faces about
No,
this
I
stuff.
definitely shouldn't make that face again.
Oh.
It was like a combination of Mr. B
Actually,
with Twitch.
I'm gonna, before you fact check that, I'm gonna correct myself. I believe it's Destroyer, Rock and Roll Over, and then Love Gun. So I
Actually,
think
you're absolutely correct.
there you go.
It was Kiss,
I had to
Did
think
you see
about
the
it.
pride moment?
I had to
His
think
face?
about it for a second.
then Hotter Than Hell, then Dress to Kill,
Yeah.
Destroyer,
And then
Rock and Roll Over,
There you
and
go.
then Love Gun.
So it's their 5th.
1977
album, not
was
their
Love
6th.
Gun, which, come on, 1977. A lot of great albums came out in 1977. A lot.
Did they?
Rumors.
Got it? Wait, Rumors? Fleetwood Mac?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that? Were you
We can go through a
were you
list.
thinking Fleetwood
I
Mac?
do love Fleetwood Mac. I
I
love.
love Fleetwood Mac too. They're an awesome band.
They are. I love Stevie Nicks. Obviously, I mean,
I love Christy
in a
McVie.
world of Kim Kardashians, everybody should be a Stevie Nicks.
In a world,
That's hilarious.
I
in a
can't steal that. I
world
stole it from the internet.
of Kim Kardashian,
Everybody should be a Stevie Nicks.
everybody should be a Stevie
I mean, what
Nicks.
other female
What
got
is that?
their ex-boyfriend to play on their album? I mean, come on.
Stevie
Well,
Nicks did?
she's yeah. That's
Yeah.
because she was dating.
That was the guy from Fleetwood
man,
Mac, the guitar
what's his
player.
name? Yeah.
I'm with you. I know.
And I mean, he had to sing songs
Okay.
about him.
Well, he also wrote songs, and not only did she sing songs about him, he helped her write those songs.
Talk
all
about
she
how
did,
that's one hell of a way to get through a heartbreak.
all she
Like,
could do was come up with the chords, so he put the instrumental together and the
I'll tell you
lyrics.
what
She
we
came up
need.
with the
We
lyrics.
need a mic stand for the tech guy who has to bend down to the microphone.
Do we? Or do
Well, it's on
we
my
need
list.
A microphone that we can control with a mute button.
That might be alright.
I mean, I love it.
Mic that we can control. I mean, it's our show, isn't it?
I mean, I was told I wasn't allowed to touch mics with on-off switches.
You are not allowed to touch a microphone. I'm on board with you not touching a microphone.
It's been so nice not to hear this the whole time.
And that's why, when you started talking about, we were talking about like the tapping, what did you call it? What?
ASMR.
ASMR.
Mm-hmm.
The tapping thing, that would make me fucking nuts. Because, my God.
There are certain
It's
ASMR sounds that I don't get. Like, people chewing.
No.
hates
I don't do
when-
mouth sounds.
I
I will
can.
only watch ASMR if it's tapping or scratching.
I do like when,
Gina
like,
hates
so.
when people chew with their mouths.
Why? I agree. There is no need for it. There is no need for it.
It has
Or,
been a trigger since I was a kid.
here's another one that Gina hates.
What is it?
When you're
You're
eating
saying her name, you have to
food,
say GS.
when you're eating food and you scrape your teeth across the fork,
I've never done it.
Oh
my God.
By
That-
accident, I have.
I've never done
that
it.
makes Gina...
Or your coffee?
What about
spoon?
that?
Oh,
What about
that's-
that one?
Well,
Let's
that's
keep going.
for
What's
tea,
that?
too.
What is that? So I know not to do it.
When you're stirring
You're
your
stirring
coffee
your
and
coffee.
clang the-
You don't
Or tea.
need to
Or
clang
tea.
your spoon in the coffee.
So
Oh,
let
I
me
do.
just tell you,
I need this
in the
clang.
morning.
I need the
Clang
clang.
it.
Wait a
Yes.
second. In
I
the
clang.
morning, I'm the first
Gotta
one
make
up,
sure that-
and I make my
that stuff
coffee.
is
I will stir
stirred.
my coffee with a silicone freaking cake batter thing, just so it doesn't wake anybody because of the clanging.
She's so nice.
I feel
I'd
you.
clang it.
Well,
I feel
so
you.
I only use cream. I don't use sugar. So I just put the cream
You're psycho.
in
Well,
I'm just
we-
kidding.
in the cup.
Sorry.
Well, we
So
we
there is no stirring.
we actually use agave, not sugar.
Oh,
Oh.
yes. So
Well,
we also don't
aren't you
have certain.
sophisticated?
I love
We don't use any kind of sweetener.
it. We
No, we
we
don't
also
use it.
don't
But if I-
have junk food in our house a whole lot either. Or
If I do stir my
a whole bunch of
coffee,
other rules that he has.
if I do stir my coffee, because normally when I make coffee, I put the creamer in first and then make the coffee, so there's no stirring. But
Ah,
sometimes I do
That's a good.
It's really the only way you go out to eat in the morning.
Amazing.
Out for,
So when we
the
go to
bacon-
breakfast, they bring the
I'll be there
coffee.
tomorrow
It's
morning.
black. You have to add your own creamer. I am 100% a clanger. I clang.
And I'm like, why
I
is
am
that
too.
necessary?
It's not that
I
it's
am too.
necessary. It's just I don't know.
I never thought
I do
about
it, and
Honestly,
I don't.
Now
I
I'm
don't even
gonna
know
watch
what I
and
do.
see if I'm
Clank, clank.
obnoxiously a clanger. Like,
I do it. Apparently I'm pretty obnoxious because it drives.
I mean,
you
I
nuts.
definitely do a lot of things that annoy people.
Speaking about
That's not true.
mispronouncing words,
I
what
do
was
it all
it
the
you
time.
called that person
Who
yesterday?
said mispronouncing words?
I do. I mispronounce words all the time. I own it.
Do you?
Oh
Yeah,
my
she
God,
does.
yeah.
So do I.
I can't.
So
I
let's
can't keep up.
let's talk about the person.
If my 5-year-old
you-
Presley
That's
can make
pretty
up
weird.
some words, why can't I?
Of course.
So
hey, we're
apparently-
not talking about
I didn't
that.
know this about you, but apparently we have something pretty
In common?
serious in common.
We have a lot in common. You just don't know it.
So
Like, I'm cool.
yesterday, I apparently, well, I'm not going to
You
say
did.
apparently. This is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say allegedly. I thought the word was
Well, hold on. You have
boisterous.
to wait. Hold on. You have
Boisterous or boisterous?
I thought it,
What the fuck was the difference there? I didn't hear
There's
anything.
a B or a B.
Exactly.
There's a difference. The B
So-
or a B.
Look at this.
I,
Why did they
yeah. You,
I'm sorry,
you
I'm a
see-
word
a lot
Nazi.
more in
You
common?
see
We married,
GS?
so
Yeah.
Word
You
Nazi
see
over
GS
here.
So I thought the word started
for somebody who
for
you have
somebody
to-
who talks a lot and is very
loud and
loud.
Boisterous.
wait, were
I
you
thought
talking
the
about your
word-
mumbling in this?
no.
No.
Okay.
We were talking about. I was talking about somebody that was loud. There was this girl.
It was me.
We were in. No. We were in downtown Bethlehem. There was this girl at the bar who was kind of loud, right? Wasn't that?
Was it? It was.
Linden Street, 721.
I'm kidding. I love you.
Wait, what?
Oh, man.
The Linden Street address that we had to go check out. The person.
I like Linden Street.
What do you?
Okay, most of this story I have to tell you later. However, so we had driven by an address that I wanted to go check out yesterday. And as we leave, I'm telling my wife about the person, why we were there. And I said that this person was I was trying to say that they were very...
You don't want to say the word because you don't want to say it wrong.
Well,
I feel you because the pressure's on, right?
this person is very
Just say it.
loud
Boisterous?
and
Boisterous.
Did I say
I
it right?
said
Yeah, you
boisterous.
That's what I just said.
Oh, because
I
you're
know.
thinking of the voice.
Apparently,
Yeah.
the actual word
The correct
is
grammar
boisterous. It
is
starts
boisterous
with a B.
with a B.
Shut up. Is it?
That's exactly
You
I
just
even
said it
pulled
like
it
3
up.
times with
I
a
have
B.
heard
now-
B the whole time.
You
No.
were saying it with a B.
I
So-
said it with a B.
No, you said it with
I
a
just
B.
said boisterous.
Well, it's
Boy, now I'm
boisterous. So
now I realize
said,
the fuck I'm saying.
So listen,
Wait.
I said boisterous, and my wife stops me and says, "I'm sorry. What did you say?"
That's what he does.
And I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
I don't
She's like,
always, 'cause
"The-
I coulda
the
corrected you 5
correct
times
word
tonight."
is boisterous, and I'm like, and when she said it, I thought, that's exactly what I said. We're saying the same
Is that why
thing.
they're called boys?
And then
in
I said,
headphones?
I'm sorry,
Huh?
are we on an episode of The Ranch?
So I said I thought that the word was boisterous. It is apparently boisterous.
Can I point out something?
No,
No.
I'm just kidding. What?
The word is preface.
And I do
What are you
this.
talking about?
You
all
keep
the time.
saying preface.
Oh fuck no!
It's
You can't point
preface.
anything else anymore. Who says preface? Preface.
That's what it is.
Face.
Thank
It's
you.
not preface.
So
It's not.
apparently I do
Preface.
this a
It's
lot.
preface.
There are several
Oh, I do it all the time
things
to him.
that I've said in the past.
You
Apparently
do it
there's gonna be
too.
a
I like to make up my own words sometimes. Well, you know.
I mean, sometimes I feel like we're right.
But the funniest part about it
pretty
is
sure
that we watch The Ranch and they mix up their words all the time. And I said, I'm like, I'm sorry. Are we on an episode of The Ranch?
Because she said it, I'm like, that's what I said. No, that's not what you said.
Is that what
It
they're
is
called
what I said.
Boise
It sounds the
headphones
same.
then? Is that where the Boise came from? Boisterous?
I have no idea.
I need to know.
She said when she pulled it up on Google and was like, "Here, look," and I looked at it and was like, "Wait, what? It starts with a V? That's fucking retarded."
I mean, I didn't know.
It's retarded.
Oh,
I'm
stop.
pretty
You
sure
can't
that's
say
a
that
great
word
school
anymore.
spelling
It's
word.
voice.
Yeah.
And
Why wouldn't it be
and
boisterous?
somebody's-
Yeah, unless you're speaking with bass and you're then maybe.
I mean,
like a
I understand
boisterous-
why you would think the word is boisterous, but
I mean, my vocabulary.
I don't know
isn't
where
the best.
the B came from, but
It's boisterous.
It's asinine, is what it is.
When you say that, it reminds me of Voice Stream.
Ew, no, stop that. Edit that out.
It's 100%.
asinine.
So this happens quite a lot, and
I feel you.
I'm very regularly
wrong.
corrected by my wife. And
Wrong.
And why is
she
that?
says
Which is why we
wrong,
like the
but
ranch so much.
I don't think it's wrong. I think it's just. There's another one too that comes up all the time, and now I can't think. of it.
You say, it's a word that ends with an S, but you put a T on the end.
Ludicrous.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's a word. It's a word that ends with an S, and I put a T on it. Apparently, it's supposed to be. And what is it, honey?
Who puts a T on the end of that one?
I don't know. Apparently, I.
Now she's making fun of you.
Sorry. Pot calling kettle black. I shouldn't.
So what
Because
is the
Lord
word?
knows I do
honey?
the same thing.
Ludicrous.
Ludicrous.
And
Who is
you
a great
say
rapper?
Ludicrous.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
She corrects me all the time, but I don't hear the difference.
Well, because you choose
It
not to.
sounds the same to me.
Because you choose that.
Isn't there a rapper named
Ludicrous.
Ludicrous.
Yeah.
What is it?
Ludicrous.
Ludicrous.
Yeah, he was
Okay,
just
think
in
of the word.
So there's
think of the name Chris. No, it's like
Say
Chris.
it. Say ludicrous.
Say Chris. Say Chris.
Hold on. I'm trying to.
Oh,
Calm
yeah.
down. Calm down,
I
tech
don't
guy.
need an English lesson. I'm good. Listen, I talk.
Listen.
It's
The
a-
spotlight's on you. I mean, he could blow up my spot too.
Listen,
I say
I
words.
I did. I
the way
just did, and you
talk.
yelled at me.
because it's not. You're fucking wrong.
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
I talk the way I talk, and I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks.
You know why? Because fucking, I hate everyone.
'Cause I hate it.
Yeah. I mean,
Is there like an all chick kiss
Yeah, I
band
was just
behind
gonna
us?
say, what's going on behind us here?
pants.
Yeah,
Who are these women?
because I think it was like the real Kiss band
think
unplugged
that's
for a
Vixen.
second. Oh, Vixen.
The real
Which,
world.
interesting because we
where
talked
people
about
stop
them in
being
a
We
polite.
previous
have talked
episode.
about
Start
Vixen.
getting
I
real.
think that's Vixen. As a matter of fact, that is Vixen. Because that's their drummer, Roxy.
Gotcha.
And we're on a first name basis. I like her hair.
Roxy.
She
She's
looks
the
a lot
only.
like Katie Seagal.
She's the only original member in the band.
Oh wow.
So basically,
Oh,
they're
shit, really?
a cover band.
Yeah. Kind
Or-
of
or
like
a
Yes.
band.
Everybody is, and not the
Okay, I
original
take that
except for
back. She
Steve
does not
Howe.
look like Katie Seagal anymore. She did with her face hidden.
Yeah,
Oh, the drummer.
Yeah.
I bet you
It's
she's
the hair.
Is she Italian? She looks Italian.
I don't know.
Does she have a double bass pedal?
She's got a double bass drum. She don't need a double pedal. She's got two bass drums.
does have two bass drums.
All right. So
She is awesome.
Thank you.
before
Saw
we
in concert. Have you ever?
No, I wanted. I had the
Ugh.
opportunity to, and nobody go with me.
She's
we've already
amazing.
talked about this on an episode.
Okay,
God.
whatever.
So-
We don't care.
You got yelled
We
at.
could talk about all the great albums that came out in 1977.
We're not going to do that.
I've got Meatloaf, Bat Out of
Okay.
Hell.
Oh,
Oh, that is a good album.
Great
That is
album.
a good
Exodus by Bob Marley. Came
So-
out
That's a
that
good
day.
album too.
well,
Yeah.
hold on. Let's go back to Meatloaf
I'm
because
down with
Okay.
Bob Marley.
I actually met Meatloaf.
Did you?
Yeah,
No shit.
I met Meatloaf at.
I think I know the story.
I haven't heard it.
It was
okay.
the Sands.
I was at the Sands before it was the Wind Creek, and I met him there. And he was awesome
Yeah.
as a person.
Awesome.
So when there was probably, I would say 30 to 40 people that had bought tickets to meet him.
Mhm.
And they brought you into this empty room. Actually, there were two rooms. And they brought you into this empty room and had you kind of stand in a line in the back of the room. And when he walked in the door, he saw all these people all the way up against the wall in the back and walked in and was like, "What the hell?" So he literally walked over and grabbed everybody, and I am the first person that he saw because I was towards the front.
Because he's tall.
And grabbed me by my shirt and like pulled me, and then had everybody walk into the other room and stand in this big circle. And he walked around this circle and shook everybody's hand, asked everybody questions like what your name was.
Did you pay for like a VIP thing, or was it? Because that's how it was when I met Everclear, but we paid for that.
A VIP thing. I didn't actually pay for it. My neighbor paid for it.
The what? Wait, I thought you weren't friends with your neighbors.
How
are you not friends with people that take you to meet
neighbor.
We need to edit that out.
No,
yeah,
no,
I'm
no,
sorry.
We don't need to edit it
No,
out.
we do.
It's not true. We have. I think we've talked about this. There's only one neighbor in our neighborhood we talk to. And
and then we just
mention
focus on the people we don't like. We never talked about the ones we do like.
So we
You
have
did
a
say
neighbor
that. You're right.
we have
You're
an
right.
adjoining yard that we do talk to. He is a huge Meatloaf fan, and bought these tickets and took me, and that's how I got to meet Meatloaf.
Well,
so
like
after,
an awesome neighbor.
Yeah.
Can I be his neighbor?
I mean, you're not going to meet Meatloaf because
he's dead. Not, but there's other bands.
What a phenomenal singer! I mean, that was one of the greatest singers.
So this was probably 10 years ago, I think, that I met him. So after he walked around and talked to every single person that was there, then they had a backdrop of his album, which...
Back into Hell?
The album was...
I can't remember.
Hang Loose Teddy Bear, I think it's called.
See the picture of you two.
So they had a backdrop of the album, and then he stood and took pictures with every single person.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And then, of course, the concert was next. We had front row because he, bought these VIP tickets, and the show was amazing.
Phenomenal. Yeah,
So
I've heard
good.
he was pretty.
Do you
live.
do you know what movie him and Tim Curry was in?
Word.
Thank you.
I mean, if we're gonna spend the episode correcting each other.
Tim Curry from Clue. You ever see the movie Clue?
I know who Tim Curry is.
Oh, I didn't know.
Is that
Dark
Black
hair.
Dog?
Huh?
Black Dog?
Nope.
I lost my cell phone.
I don't know what movie it is.
It was a cult movie.
Well, you
Tim
guys like
Curry.
movie
Was
trivia.
it
And Meatloaf had a small role in it.
the Rocky Horror?
I was gonna say, was it Rocky Horror?
Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yep.
Yeah, it was Rocky Horror Picture.
Have you ever seen that?
So I remember going to Music Fest with Jeff, our neighbors.
Oh yeah, so GS actually
And
saw it.
you didn't go, but
I
why?
did. I was traveling.
Oh, you were traveling?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
GS actually saw Meatloaf before I did.
Oh.
Yeah, that was at Music Fest.
He loves Music Fest. It's his favorite thing to do ever.
Yeah, he was telling about that earlier.
I know.
He said he
He
goes
can't
like
wait.
every
We can
year.
wait to go.
Listen, we can go back to it. I'll tell you. How
He
much
loves the
No,
aw
it's
shucks
okay.
corn.
really fucking-
Stands in line
So-
for 2 hours for it.
I had a very similar experience for the VIP tickets for Everclear, who my brother is obsessed with, and we've done that VIP experience
The
like
guy's really nice. What's his name?
art.
Art. That's right.
Yeah.
I couldn't
So
remember.
we've done this a bunch
Super
of
nice
times. To the point where the last time we did it, Art was like, "Oh Lord, did you get any new tattoos?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
Oh, wow.
we would talk tattoos every time we saw them. But so Art and Freddie are the ones that we've become pretty close with. They actually wished me happy birthday on social media, make me feel
Aw,
special.
that's cute.
It does, isn't it cute?
Yeah,
But
that's a good question. What celebrities wish you happy birthday, or have wished you happy birthday?
Art and Freddie, and then
Uh-huh.
there's a songwriter from New York that used to write songs with Coldplay that he wishes me happy birthday too.
I've never had a celebrity. wish
Yeah,
me
I've
happy
had
birthday.
0.
I have Brent Allman from Shadow Gallery. Wish me a happy birthday
Am I
once
supposed to
on
know who they
social
are?
media. It's a Magna Carta band, prog metal,
there you go.
Shadow Gallery.
I've never had a celebrity wish.
They're
me happy
actually from around here, but they got pretty big in Europe.
I mean, I've wished a few celebrities happy birthday, but it's never been
Reciprocated.
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 Maybe it.
No.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to come out with that word. But...
That's not
Dude.
true. I was pausing for an effect.
Dramatic.
Okay, but
Dramatic.
Dramatic build up.
I know the word reciprocate. Just because I don't know the word boisterous.
Or ludicrous.
Ludicrous.
I don't understand. Say ketchup.
You don't understand the T at
Can
the
you say
end?
ketchup?
I'm not really sure that... No, I refuse
Say
to say
it.
the word.
Say it. Can you say
Well,
ketchup?
there's no-
Say
because-
ketchup.
Yeah,
Okay.
ketchup.
No, shh. Say ketchup.
Ketchup.
Say ketchup.
Ketchup. See, you're not going to get it now.
He's not gonna play.
Okay, first, it sounds the same. Second, we already proved that it's acceptable to say it both ways.
I understand it's
It's on
acceptable,
Google.
but we don't do it.
Okay, no, that's not true because you...
Because it's spelled catsup
the day
doesn't mean
that
you say it that way.
But it's not.
The
though.
day that
It
you
is.
brought
It
this
actually,
up,
there's two different spellings.
There
There is
are.
two.
You're
We
right.
looked it up.
But
the day that you brought this up while we were at our regular job, there were two people now
Oh, I
that
don't
say
fucking-
it the same
those-
way. Me and somebody else.
I almost.
And
well,
the
despite
word...
the fact we buy the
Those two people don't count.
we buy that red sauce
I'm one
that's
of 'em.
spelled
I know.
K-E-T instead of C-A-T.
Okay, well the
He
word
says it's
is...
C-A-T.
I know.
It drives me crazy. I
Okay.
want to meow at him every time he does it.
Okay, the word is ketchup.
He says to me one day,
Sounds... You were
what's that
saying...
red stuff you
we're
put on
saying
your
the
french
same
fries?
thing.
And I'm like, ketchup?
Ketchup. Thank you. Thank you.
I call it Heinz.
We're saying the same thing. Do we use Heinz? We use Hunt's?
Heinz.
Heinz.
Hunt's is
No,
shit.
we don't use Hunt's. Exactly, Hunt's is shit.
I don't know about Heinz.
It's ketchup.
I'm not really.
You know what? You actually do say it that
He
way.
does.
I know I do, but honestly, it sounds...
It's
It
ketchup.
sort of sounds the same, but I don't know. Because then the other guy that is in the office, he said it, and then
He's
she
from
was
Jersey,
like,
it doesn't
oh my
count."
God, he says the same thing.
Dirty.
Well, there's
Dirty
a lot
Jersey.
of things that I say with
Just kidding,
a
we don't
Bucks
hate on
County
Jersey.
accent that nobody in my
Yeah.
house likes.
Atlantic
so.
City's in Jersey.
Yeah, and if it's an accent thing, like Gina has this goofy... It's like a borderline, like, New York thing.
Yeah. It's
Possibly
so.
Are
in
you
Bucks
talking
County,
accents to somebody who comes from Schuylkill County?
Yeah,
But
but
I've
no,
never
but mine's
ever
very
heard
different from
you
yours.
say things like...
It's because mine is very redneck.
Well,
Honey,
So-
say what you drink out of.
a glass.
Oh.
I'm. Can you say water?
Water.
Water.
The
Yeah.
water, she says normally. It's
Can you say
anything
coffee?
Coffee.
It's anything with the like an A in it. So
Glasses.
Right.
My glasses.
fucking glasses.
Grass.
Well, you know what? That sounds almost
Grass.
more
Yeah.
Boston
It's
than New
very
York.
Boston.
Yeah, Boston.
Well, so if you
It's
go to Bucks
ridiculous is
County,
what it is.
that's how they say it. And I worked there for 10 years,
So you
and I
absorbed
just
it.
picked it up.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
insane.
tell
No,
you,
she's
when I
been
went-
hanging out
when
with the
I hung
Kennedys,
out-
hasn't she?
When I hung out on Sunday and went to that concert with my buddy for that I grew up with, I was floored by the Schuylkill County accent. I was like, is that what
That's so funny.
is that what I sounded like when I lived there?
I'm sure.
Honestly, I mean,
It's thick.
but I've never heard you say anything. Not
You met me
to
when
that.
I've been here for quite some time.
Oh,
I
we
moved
made
here.
sure to correct all that.
Yeah, but I don't.
Yeah,
think-
he did.
but you don't-
He did. He really did. I mean, you hear how he corrects my words, right? He definitely corrected the scoop
He
right
made
out of
sure
me.
to correct all that. Nice.
These ones and those ones. I used to say that all the time. These
Well,
ones and those
apparently
ones.
there's no correcting GS because this is not.
She doesn't say anything wrong. It's just a vowel that she
Hold
pronounces
on.
in a
This
certain
isn't-
way.
But understand something. This isn't the woman I married. She didn't talk like that. This is a developed thing over the last like 20
Yes,
years.
when I worked in Bucks
And
County.
now it's
Same thing, county. It's not county, it's county.
there's
I
no
heard
fixing
that too.
it. And my son,
There's no
like
fixing
honestly, he hears way more of it than I do, and like he'll pick that out.
now,
in a
what did
second.
he come home from
Yeah, I don't
California
remember- I
with?
didn't
Did
see
he
her
come
any
home with like
kind
any
of- No, he didn't come
slang
home with
or
any of
No.
nothing?
Wait till he's there longer though.
Does he have surfboard yet? He's gonna get a surfboard eventually.
No,
It looks
no,
like
no.
one.
He's
They're
in.
not that close to the-
He's.
I don't think San
in-
Francisco's a surf area.
No.
Oh.
You
I
got
mean,
the-
there are, but it's very rare.
Yeah.
You
He's in
have
Northern
the-
California.
I mean, the
so.
closest water is
The
underneath
bay.
the
The bay, yeah. The bridge.
the brook or the
And then there's
Golden
North
Gate Bridge,
Beach.
and you're not surfing in there. Honestly, you die in there. 'Cause
There's
the
more
water,
paddle. There's more paddle.
The water
boarders.
in there gets so rough.
There's
that-
more drag queens than surfboards.
No, the water's not that rough. It's just that there's more paddle boarders.
There is.
in that area.
No, the water is really rough underneath the bridge there.
Well,
Almost all the
underneath
time.
the bridge, yeah, because it's so windy.
That's what we're
The
talking
city
about.
is windy. Yeah.
This is what I was talking
Okay.
about.
Okay, good for you.
Not as windy as Chicago, though.
The Windy
Well,
City.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, go there in the summertime. We were there in the
I've
summer.
been there in the summertime. It's
We
like-
were there in August
And the
2
water's
years
rough.
ago, and we were
What
literally.
happened?
And I've been there in the wintertime. The water's rough.
No,
Yeah.
you weren't in there in the
I
winter.
think you need to
I
throw
was there
Rick in the
wintertime.
river, in the water to see how rough it is the next time you're there. Just
But
saying.
we were there in the summer.
Personal testimony.
in August.
I know, but I was there prior to that.
In April, not winter time. That was spring, hon.
All right. Look, on
All
camera,
the
I'm
things
going to
are
say you're right. I'm wrong. You are correct.
You were there in April.
I know.
Jesse
I'm
needed
admitting
to make
you're
a decision.
right. I'm wrong.
Holy crap!
On
Mom.
camera.
On camera, I'm admitting
All I'm
you're
saying
right.
is that when we were there in August,
Take note.
Right there. Did you hear that?
Nope. August? Oh, I thought I liked it.
No, it's not August. It's August.
it's August.
August.
It's August.
I'm
Anyway,
trying to change the subject.
Well,
Now
we were
that
there in
sounds a
August.
little New York.
trying
That
to-
definitely sounds New York.
Point out the fact that my wife is crazy.
it
Is
was
right.
63 degrees
right, is what
and
you
windy on the bay, and we all had hats and or hoods on when we were on the boat to go to Alcatraz.
I'm with you 100%. It was fucking cold.
It
that
was
day.
cold. So
And it was in the summertime.
that was
wow.
And
August,
the lemon's
mid-August.
When?
You heard
Alright,
it
with
the first
that
time.
said-
Everybody.
I think it's time to.
Let's wrap it.
We're gonna sign off.
I think we should
With
wrap it
August.
up.
Do you want to do with the August? I mean, we could literally take the last 2 seconds and just make that the whole episode. It's how the crazy shit that people say, or the crazy, ways
shit.
that
Yeah,
that people say.
People say.
crazy shit that people say.
Thank you.
I don't know if I like
Thank you
that
very
as
much.
the title of this
The-
episode.
Yeah, but we
The
had another
goofy-
title. I can't remember what it was.
That's because you kept it to yourself and didn't fucking.
No, somebody
vocalize
else said it. I didn't say it.
What was the title?
I don't remember.
I don't know. Somebody else
I
had
think
to
that the
figure out.
episode should be I don't remember because I didn't remember quite a fucking lot.
There was a lot of I don't remember.
This reminds me of two
IIG?
episodes prior to this
IDR.
when
IDR.
what does that mean?
Dude,
That could
GS is the shit with titles. You know that, right?
She came up with the
Like half of them.
Apparently, everybody loves the
OMG FAB.
It's our most popular.
Yeah.
That's our
Right?
most popular episode, most likely because of the title.
What did we talk about on that one? 'Cause I don't remember. Because
Would you please watch the damn thing?
Yeah, she doesn't watch it. You can tell.
Ridiculous.
you
Just
see,
watch it.
I do
Listen,
though.
It's been out long enough. They just watch it. Everybody's seen it. Watch the damn thing so you know what's going on. So maybe
I've seen
we'll-
all these like 3 times, so I know everything.
So
Do
we'll
you-
call these.
Yeah.
We'll call this one. What did she say?
IHE IDR.
And what does IDR mean?
I don't remember.
Ah, nice. Little acronym for you.
I don't remember.
Thank you for watching IHE, the IDR episode.
Until next time.
Good night.